honestly, but guys walking around. And I want, because we're going to do a Circumillions, like Dusty's going to enter with us. You and I are going to be part of an entry with Spec, I believe. We're gonna do Circumillions. And I want to bring him on the show. I want some advice. I want some tips. Like we all bet, but I want advice from someone that's won, in this case, $6 million before.
How does it work? Does anybody who's a part of a group? Like
it's $1 million for first, I guess. $6 million total prizes.
So $1 million and the 5 of us win it. Do we all get a jacket?
No.
Or just one jacket, we got to share it?
Don't worry about the jacket. Be happy that you get to split $1 million.
No, I'm worried about the jacket.
I don't know. No, I believe how it works is you get one, and then you could agree to buy an additional couple jackets. You would have to spend your own money to do that.
I mean, if you just won $1 million, it'd probably be a little easy to spend the cash.
I just can't wait till mid-season. There's going to be a week where Dusty's convinced to take some team against the spread, and we're all going to get in a big argument, and it's going
to be a 4-1 week, and it could have been 5-0. And
then the next week, we're going to get back in studio, and we are going to be all upset with somebody. Be like, I told you not to take them -5.5. It's going to be great. So we're excited.
Like, there's no hook.
Yeah, we're going to be excited to enter the contest this year. And I know we have a couple listeners that were out there with us last time, too. So if you're going to be there, let us know. Hit us up on Twitter, at Alex Gold, at Cody B. Tapp, at Drew B. Nix, right? On social. Also,
not on Instagram, but he is that on Twitter.
Okay, that's right. We did learn that. Also, something we're going to all find out together. I want to tease it now because I truly, and Cody, we told Drew.
Not for Radio Fodder. We do not know.
Don't tell us, because he put something in the rundown this morning or late last night, and it just simply says, Drew, I'm starting something new.
Yeah,
okay.
Fire your guesses.
I'm starting something new. You guys can guess. We have no clue. I have a lot of thoughts. 913-586-7965. What is Drew starting new? I asked him. He said it's not work related.
Is it an OnlyFans?
It's a personal thing. Based on your photos, maybe you finally listened to our advice. We said, look, if you're going to be sending out shirtless photos, you might as well start making money off of it.
You guys can guess OnlyFans.
Are you finally realizing that the Cincinnati Bengals are going to disappoint you the rest of your life? Is you realize that?
So I'm flipping teams?
Yeah, you're becoming a Chiefs fan. Is that what I'm hearing? We're going to learn together.
I can vehemently say that it is not becoming a Chiefs fan. You don't need to guess that one. It's not happening.
That was my first guess.
Yeah,
I don't know.
He's
going to get on that foot website,
I have a couple thoughts. One is starting something. Are you gonna he's gonna become like a vegetarian or something, and all of a sudden he's gonna be a food freak, a diet freak. He's gonna come in with a gallon of water every day, and he's gonna tell us how many.
Oh, dude! If you turn into a bone broth blender bottle, dude, I'm out. I'm not gonna walk in with a gallon jug of water. I did recently order a water bottle though, a new water bottle for myself. So
okay.
I never order new water bottles. I just get them for free. That was the most boring sentence ever said on this show.
That has nothing to do with what I'm starting. Either. That has nothing to do with it.
Is that a nice one?
He said he's starting something new. He's going to start weekly massages.
He says they're going to start his own cupping business. We are about starting businesses on this show. I'm determined to start
motivational workout profile. Someone says. Drew's going to beef up and take roids.
Hey, someone from the 913. He's going to become a good producer.
Ouch.
Let me take the sword out of my stomach right now.
So in that case, do you steal Mac's job? But we've fired. How does that work? If you took the morning show producing job, then either Mac was fired or we fired you and you stole Mac's job.
You guys remember the show Wife Swap? We should do a producer swap just for a week. During next off season, not during football, next summer, producer swap.
So Drew's got to wake up at
producer swap.
Cody, that actually was the wager of the pickleball thing. Is Mac loses his job and I take his job? That was what it was.
I do think we should do a producer swap next summer at some point. It'd be like wife swap. We get video basically Drew waking up half asleep
behind the scenes.
Yeah, half asleep and miserable for a week and realize and him and Dusty are fighting in the mornings. Mac comes here and Mac's used to doing something no, we don't do that. It could provide some content next summer.
I will say earlier today, Andy Reid did speak to the media on the last day of training camp. You mentioned it's the last day of training camp. He did, I think, as you pointed out before the show, he did us all a huge favor Friday night.
Oh, big time.
Chiefs game starts at 9 p.m. local time because the game's in Seattle Friday night, and you're like, 9 p.m. for a preseason game on a Friday night. That sounds rough. Good news, Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce, at bare minimum, are not playing in this game on Friday. So your interest level of this game and my interest level of this game and every fan's interest level of this game just plummeted.
This is one of those where you do not have to feel like you got to be locked in at 9 o'clock on Friday night. Now, there's other storylines that'll come out of it. Well, you go back, and if you keep an eye on a certain player, you can go back and obviously watch a certain series if something significant happened for a certain player or something like that. But I'll be honest, he did everybody a gigantic favor. It's a Friday night. The Royals are at home as well. And the game starts at 9 o'clock and no Mahomes anyway. Yeah, with all due respect, I don't need Bailey Zappi for 2 quarters. I'm good. Thank you very much. Like
that's going to be the most background
of
TV. You don't even have a Caitlin Clark card to watch this time.
No.
What are you going to do?
No.
What are you going to do with your night? So let's not talk about that right now. We can talk more about who we might actually watch when we come in here on Friday because we know the starters won't be in the mix. The Royals have a chance for a very big sweep today because the same reason we mentioned. We said they had to win at least 6, 7 games in this 9-game trip up against bad teams. No more messing around. You got to get several games above 500 before the tough teams come to town. And you got to take on teams like the Texans. I'm in football mode now.
Yeah.
Like Rangers, the Rangers or the Tigers, who they've got twice this month, right? So before that starts, time to get some wins. It is a big opportunity for the Royals to get wins because they've won 3 of their last 4 and made up no ground in the wild card spot, which means no foot off the gas now. Go get the sweep today. You beat them, and I think you beat up on their bullpen. You look like the better team, and I like when you look like the better team against a bad team versus like the Twins, and you just take it to them a little bit. Finish it off. Seth Lugo, who is currently your best starting pitcher available to you, is on the mound today. You're up against not a very good one for them. Their bullpen still stinks. It's been taxed. Go get the sweep. Just get the sweep. And tomorrow we can come in here feeling good. And it'd be the first time it feels like they'd been above 500 in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, no question there. Look, the stretch that we've all been talking about, we keep repeating ourselves, I think, on the stretch, but it's significant. And it is the stretch of the season now where at some point you got to get hot. And they're in the middle of that 9-game stretch, and they're in a position after what happened in Minnesota where they needed to go what was it, 5-1 or 5-0 the rest of the way during the stretch? Well, you got to start somewhere, and today a sweep would get you that 3-0 mark at least and put it in play for you to have the 9-game stretch that we talked about them needing to have, which is a sign that they are capable of getting hot, not just winning 2, losing 2, winning 1, losing 1, winning 3, losing 3. They can't do that anymore. Not with 40, not with 42 games now to go. So, and let's just be real. This Nationals team sucks. They stink. Bad. Their bullpen is the worst team in baseball. If you can get up on them at all early, it is game over. James Wood is a very nice player. He's going to be a stud in this league for a long time. But they have the worst bullpen in baseball. Their starting pitching sucks. They traded away some pieces. This is a team you should sweep at this point of the season. This is different than even Minnesota, where Minnesota at least had a bunch of young guys that got called up or trying to prove themselves. All right, and a Minnesota team and a manager that is still their manager, not an interim manager. Remember, the Nationals fired their GM and manager in the middle of the season, a week before the draft. This is a team you go out there this afternoon and get the sweep. I'm going out there actually after the show. We're off a little early today for those that don't know it. It's day baseball, so we hand things off to Vern at noon for his on deck show, and then I'm heading out to the game to watch with some people, and I'm hoping to see a victory this afternoon. It needs to happen to keep everything in play.
Look, they're above 500 since the All-Star break. They went in the All-Star break 3 games below 500. They are now dead even at 60-60. So since the All-Star break, they're 3 games above 500, but they needed to be 6 games above 500. And it goes back to the quote that J.J. Piccolo gave us yesterday, which is especially in the last couple of weeks, is where it especially feels of note, where we've let some games slip away, where you should only be, honest to God, if you don't make those mistakes you just can't make, you should be 2 games, right? 2 games out of a wild card spot. Game and a half out of a wild card spot.
That's the reality of where they're at. Now, I will say, someone says, hey, are we going to ever talk about how the Tigers lead is down to 5.5? Not until the Royals are above 500 and the Royals are within 5.5. The Royals are still 8.5 back. I hear you. The Tigers are definitely slowing down. Their pace is way down. They're now only 17 games above 500. They were way out in front of everybody. Toronto now is the best team in the American League. That's not Detroit anymore.
And still 8.5 for the Royals.
But that's the thing. If the Royals were where Cleveland is at, which is 62-56, and 5.5 back, we'd be saying, okay, all of a sudden. Yeah, they're still 8.5 games back. So let's worry about the wild card. You're correct that the Tigers are free-falling a little bit here. But freaking Cleveland, despite trading off a couple pieces, are losing a couple bullpen guys due to the sports betting scandal.
Have won 8 of the last 10.
Yeah, they're hot. That's the Royal. That's also, this is what we mean though. The Royals have to have an 8-2 10-game stretch because you still have a Cleveland team in front of you that is as hot as anybody in baseball suddenly, and so you haven't gained ground on them. You're still behind them. It's not so much being third in the division; it's that in the wild card race, you are 4 back. The Rangers are 3.5 back, and Cleveland's 1 back from the Yankees for the final wild card spot. The good news is, there's 4. You're talking about 4 teams, 3 teams technically in front of you. At this point in time. I mean, Boston, I guess, has not solidified their spot either, but let's just worry about the Royals getting hot before we start really standing chasing again.
Did you see who was hot yesterday? Feels appropriate because he's in AAA. Obviously, he's starting his rehab assignment.
4 hits, is that right?
4 hits for Jack Caglione yesterday. 4 hits.
1 to tie it, 2 to win it. A 1-0.
Here, every person in the stands.
Caglione sends a sharp ground ball through the right side. Base hit into right field.
That was one of the 4 hits. Yeah, good sign. Rehab assignment day 1. I think he's off today.
Okay, he's confident enough in AAA. For anybody who's like, I want him to get his confidence back, I bet he feels pretty good about himself after a 4-hit day.
Yeah, we all know that he's got to succeed at the big league level and do things. But to your point there, and it's something you and I have said throughout the last week, this notion that he needs to stay in AAA the rest of the year is to me crazy. We know he can hit AAA pitching. That is not the problem. The problem is when he got to the big leagues and he was exposed at times and struggled. That to me goes back to the overall hitting development at the big league level and
you want to get back into
Alex Zumwalt stuff. We don't have to have that conversation again, but that's more my concern. I don't need to see Jack Caglione hit 400 and hit 7 home runs over the next 3 weeks in AAA. I don't need to see that. That doesn't do anybody any good.
No, he's got to figure out it at the big league level for this year and for next year. Their best chance to make the playoffs is Jack Caglione comes up and he just does what he did in AAA all year and AA all year, and he started his big league career slow for a variety of reasons. One could just be because people start slow. I don't want to continue to point out the stats that like other guys who are very good in baseball right now, like Nick Kurtz, didn't have a good 30 games to start their major league career versus the 40 games that Cag struggled. It doesn't matter. You and I both know 40 games is an impossibly small sample size for a baseball player. Hell, do we need to go what Vinny did to start the season this year for his first 40 games? They weren't very good either. You know that he's on pace to be a 100 RBI guy again this year? After the 5 ribbies he got last night.
I don't know. Comping Vinny's slow start with Cag's slow start, I don't know if that comp makes.
I'm just pointing out that people can have a bad 40 games.
Yeah, 100% with you. Look, AAA just isn't going to do him any good. He's on a rehab assignment. He needs to find out if the hamstring is healthy. He's going to reportedly be off today, and then they'll give him a back-to-back later on. Hopefully he makes it through the next 5 or 6 games healthy, and then we can talk about him getting called back up. But staying in AAA makes no sense beyond a rehab assignment. Not to mention, I mean, I'd have to go and look. Most likely you're not really facing great AAA pitching on August 13th. If there were those guys have been called up by now. If they were, if there was a successful first 4 months or 3 months of AAA baseball for some younger prospects, most of the time, I don't know if they were.
I would say it's probably not. It's either the guy who's pitched really well in AA, or it's the Dallas Keuchel kind of situation, like for the Royals, or that. So
anyway,
I'm not here to tell you that, and I did not look. I'm not here to tell you that whoever he got those 4 hits off of yesterday, the mini pitchers, I assume he got the 4 hits off of yesterday, are a who's who of future major leaguers. But again, that's the point you and I are making, is that what challenge or thing is he learning in AAA? If he is healthy in a week, call him up. I also point out that every lineup includes John Rave and Nick Lofton. And if you're telling me that there aren't at-bats for Jack Caglione versus them, I would just adamantly disagree. That would not be the stance that I would take. Now you've got me looking up. Damn you, text line. Now you got me looking up who he was hitting up against for the St. Paul Saints yesterday. And then, I don't know. I don't know who this Bradley dude is, or Worf, or Klein. Those are the guys he got the 3 hits off of. The Bradley kid's got Taj Bradley.
You know who Taj Bradley is. That's the pitcher that pitched for the Rays earlier this year that almost had a no-hitter against the Royals for 6 innings.
So for what it's worth, Taj Bradley, a 24-year-old in AAA with a 3.5 ERA,
he's a big leaguer.
Is a future big leaguer, and he got 3 hits off of his ass. So
I assume he
just got to AAA.
Is it the same player?
Yeah.
He got traded from the Rays to the Twins, I guess, at some point this year.
Yeah, that's him.
Okay.
Taj Bradley is who he faced it. faced
Well,
yesterday.
at least it was a big leaguer.
Yeah, I feel pretty good about that, honestly. It's a guy who at least, for it's probably just some washed up guy. No, that's a guy still trying to make the bigs. Anyway, let's get to Mike Sando, who he did a big article over on ESPN, or sorry, not ESPN. He did it for
Athletic.
The Athletic. I was like, where did he do it for? For The Athletic, talking about the quarterback tiers. We have decided for a portion of this conversation to exclude any conversation. Drew, Gold, no conversation about comparing 1-to-1 Patrick Mahomes and Joe Burrow.
We did that yesterday.
Or Josh Allen or Lamar.
We're just going to eliminate the top 4 guys. That's not the way we're talking about quarterback tiers. We are getting rid of it. We are not having that conversation. Let's talk about the other guys in the list. And the reason why I think that this is an interesting article is because he talked to 50 people who are actively in the NFL, 6 current NFL head coaches, current NFL GMs. It is people whose opinions I believe you should pay attention to. And for the people who pay attention to it, I think that these are people who matter. So for that conversation, that's where I think it's interesting. So we can agree we're just going to eliminate the 4 guys from this conversation. Easily the most surprising guy in tier 1 is Matt Stafford, right? Is he still a tier 1 quarterback?
When he's healthy,
just because he's
healthy,
not
he
hurt?
is. Problem is, right now he's not healthy, and he's dealing with these back issues or neck issue. I'm sorry, as well, and so that's really concerning for a player at his age. I think this is the final year for Matthew Stafford in the league. But when he's healthy, I do think Matthew Stafford can sling it with the best of them in the league. His issue has been staying available, and he's one bad hit away from being out for 6 weeks.
Yeah, but at his age, the injury part's got to be a factor for me. It just is, man. I don't want to say that or inside of this, but I think he's a tier 2 guy. He's the king of the tier 2s if you want. And it's like a graduation effect. It's not that he never deserved to be in tier 1. It's just that he doesn't deserve to be in it now. You would still put him in as a tier 1 guy?
I don't have, depending on how many quarterbacks you want to put in tier 1. Like, if we're going to say tier 1 is only 4 quarterbacks, then no. You know what I'm saying? Like, if the argument is like tier 1 can only have 4 quarterbacks, well, then we know who that is. We know it's the
That
Mahomes,
to me is
Burrow,
tier 1.
Allen,
It is
Lamar.
interesting that
Matthew Stafford
him in there in tier 1.
He does. No, he does. That's why Cody's bringing it up. Like, I think if you're saying that should Stafford be in the same grouping of Jaden Daniels, Justin Herbert, Jared Goff, CJ Stroud. The issue I have is tier 2, Sando has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 quarterbacks.
I don't think that's the state of the league.
Is tier 2 9? Like, do you put Jaden Daniels and Baker Mayfield in the same category? Because I don't. Baker was awesome last year, but do I put them in the same category of quarterback right now? Do I put Brock Purdy in the same category as Jaden Daniels? I don't. That's my problem is I don't think Jaden Daniels and Brock Purdy are in the same tier.
Oh, man. So here's the problem. I don't think any quarterback after a single good rookie year deserves to be in another tier. I would make an argument maybe for Purdy in tier 2, but I genuinely think that that's what the league is right now. I think that there's a shocking number of quarterbacks who exist in the middle right now. Darnold, Baker, Goff, Hurts, Kyler, that if you don't want to, I think that they do belong in the same tier. Now, we could rank them out.
Yeah, but the guys, you just mentioned Kyler. He's in, that's fine.
Him and Darnold are in the...
They're in tier 3.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. What's funny is they have 5 tiers, and we joke that Kenny Pickett's the only guy in tier 5.
I still think that that's just kind of mean.
So what I'm saying is 5 tiers is what we should do, but can we split up? Can we have Daniels, Stroud, Hurts, Goff, basically in tier 2, and then
get rid of Brock Purdy?
Then it's tier 3, and it's Purdy, Dak, that kind of thing. Maybe you think Jalen Hurts obviously should be in tier 2, and then we just have tier 5 can be Kenny Pickett and Spencer Rattler and Richardson and Flacco and Jones instead of having only one. I would expand tier 5 and I would trim up tier 2 if that makes sense.
I'm not against that. Look, because if you said Jordan Love is not a tier 2 quarterback yet, I wouldn't necessarily make an argument.
He would be in tier 3. He'd be there with Dak. He would be there with Brock Purdy. He would be there, in my opinion, with Baker and CJ Stroud. But I think Daniels, Herbert, Goff, at least Daniels, Goff, and Hurts should be in tier 2 by themselves.
I gotta say, if Matt Stafford's in tier 1, then Hurts should be in tier 1. He can't keep getting eliminated off this list just because they think the talent around him is too good. This was Mike Sando.
Yeah, Jalen Hurts threw for 3,200 yards last year. It's just I
know, but I watched CJ Stroud do it. That's my reservation.
I understand.
You belong in tier 2. He can be in tier 2. It's fine.
My thing with Hurts, and call me a hater, is just a guy that is consistently throwing for 3,300 to 3,500 yards. I'm sorry, that's not as impressive. yes, the end game is rings and all of that. I understand. That's why there's always more nuance to the convo than just rings. But you're telling me that Jalen Hurts, in terms of just overall quality of quarterback, is just as good as in my opinion, from a skill set, as Jaden Daniels, as a Matthew Stafford, as a Lamar Jackson.
But isn't that so? I looked at Lamar Jackson's stats up until last year. The most yards he threw for last year, outside of that, were 3,600 yards in his career. I mean, he threw for 2,200 in 2022. He threw for, and he only played in 12 games, but in 2020 played in 15, threw for 2,700. Like I think outside of just
Jalen
last
Hurts
year,
threw for 2,900 yards last year,
which is about 500, 600 less probably than Jaden Daniels.
Now, in
did.
fairness, the year before was 3,800, but like 2,900 yards.
And
I just don't think
more-
that's who. It's not that Jalen Hurts can't do that. Can't throw for 3,800 every year. It's just not what they do.
But he
Because they got
has-
Saquon, and
like,
they,
no.
it's not you. I don't think our expectation should be for him to put up the same numbers as a Josh Allen or a Joe Burrow or a Patrick Mahomes. And if he doesn't do that, then we just eliminate him from the conversation of being an elite quarterback or a really good one.
The thing is, Gold, is like, and this is where like the amount of time we have to watch these guys matters. Because he's had seasons as good as Jaden Daniels last year. He's had 3,700-yard passing seasons, 3,900-yard pass seasons, 4,400 total, including the rushing yardage, right? He's had those seasons where the statistical output is similar to that as Jaden Daniels. But he's never fallen off. He's never just had he hadn't just fallen off at any point, and he's doing it while winning Super Bowls. Which is why, I don't want to...
A Super Bowl.
Yeah. He's been to two,
Yes,
won A. And so it's I think he's clearly a tier 2 guy. I don't think he belongs in the conversation because I don't think he's as talented as the 4 guys we're excluding from this conversation. But it's he...
Oh, I'm fine. I would put him, this is why I want to make tier 2 smaller than tier 3. I would put Daniels, Hurts, Goff, and maybe you could convince me that you could add in.
You're a Dak guy. Is Dak in that conversation?
But no, that's why. In fairness, no, not after last year. Right, last year the injury. Now this year, I think he can put himself back into that tier conversation. I'm just saying tier 3 should be a combination of guys like Baker, Dak, Love, Purdy. And maybe
the true middle class of football that exists right now.
And then tier 4 tier 4 should be the biggest tier, in my opinion. That should be Kyler and Rodgers and Tua and
Nix.
Lawrence and Geno and Nix.
Do you guys find it interesting that Aaron Rodgers is ranked ahead of Bo Nix in this tier list?
Yes, I don't get
it. He's getting a little legacy branding on it.
Bo Nix also is behind Geno Smith and Trevor Lawrence in this tier list as well.
I mean, Geno Smith's done it for longer. Trevor Lawrence, I will say, finally the league is figuring out Trevor Lawrence. It took them a little while to include Trevor Lawrence with his proper brethren, a below-average NFL quarterback. He is not like Tua and Trevor and Geno, Bo Nix. They're all ranked in 4 in a row. That is the appropriate ranking for those 4 quarterbacks. That's where they exist amongst the other quarterbacks in the NFL.
Who do you? Let me name off these guys. You named a couple of them. Who do you think has the chance to take the biggest leap that we're sitting here next year and saying there's a case for them to be in tier 2 or tier 3? Trevor Lawrence, Bo Nix, Drake May, Caleb Williams, Bryce Young. Out of those
the best
5,
chance or
Caleb or JJ McCarthy?
I guess
go a tier below.
Tier 4
Penix,
is McCarthy. Yeah. Sure, you want to add in Penix and McCarthy.
Sure.
Out of those 7, I guess it is now. Who do you think has the best chance to suddenly be? We're talking in August of next year.
Penix.
Oh wow, they're tier 2.
I think it's either JJ McCarthy because he is in the
Kevin
most
O'Connell system.
favorable situation on the planet.
I still think Caleb Williams. I know people
Or
like
Caleb
to hate.
Williams.
I know people want to hate on him, and he's got to do more. But it's the same thing you said with McCarthy. The situation he's in with weapons, he's got a great spot to actually go and have just blow up this year in a good way.
I still think it's rude to put Kenny Pickett in a tier by himself. So rude. Good, Drew.
I think Penix is, just because of the weapons that he has. Like, Darnell Mooney was really good last year. Drake London, of course, is solid. You still have Kyle Pitts. Who knows what happens there? Bijan out of the backfield. It feels like he doesn't have the coach that J.J. McCarthy does, or, of course, the top-tier weapon in J.J. But roster-wise, I mean, he has a talented offense around him. I think Trevor Lawrence, this is his best shot, just given the head coaching change. Brian Thomas Jr., like this is it. If Trevor Lawrence...
To change the narrative, this is...
if he doesn't do anything this year and he's fully healthy and everything like that, then it's just never going to happen, and that's just something that I think we kind of have to accept.
913-586-7965. Someone says you shouldn't only go by yards to evaluate quarterbacks. Nobody was saying we're only going off of yards for Jalen Hurts. It's just part of the conversation. That's part of the factor. Nobody's saying that
He's
solely
really good, but
disqualifies
like you said,
him,
he
but
shouldn't be included in that top 4 or even
it's
5.
It's one factor if you're trying to make a case for or against somebody. All right, we're late for a break. Up next, let's find out how Cody's golf outing went. I got multiple texts yesterday. Can't wait to talk about that. Also, a bizarre story involving Venmo, and I don't get why people use Venmo this way. I'll explain next.
What's up, Kansas City? This is Vinny Pasquantino, and you're listening to Cody and Gold, weekdays starting at 10 on 96.5 The Fan.
Brought to you by Heartland Men's Health, the leader in men's sexual health. Thousands of men have been successfully treated for low T, ED, and more, all with discretion and compassion. Make your appointment at heartlandmenshealth.com.
Weather can wreak havoc on your roof. So whether those storms that rolled through last week, the hail that came through about a month ago, make sure your roof is in good shape with Century Roofing. Locally owned and operated with 35 years of experience and a warranty they're going to stand behind and honor. You know that because they've been working locally for 35 years. You want the kind of roofing company you can trust. When it comes to big projects on your house, why not trust the pillars of strength over at Century Roofing and go with a company that's done over 30,000 roofs in the Kansas City area? Then they've been voted Best of Johnson County 4 years in a row. They've been voted best roofing company in Kansas City, thanks to readers over at the Kansas City Star. That's how long of quality of work they've been doing in the Kansas City. They cover all over the area. It doesn't matter. Blue Springs, Independence, Kansas side, Missouri side, both sides of the state line. Happy to help you walk through those options, whether it be a roof replacement or just what I got, roof repair. They'll give you a free estimate over at Century Roofing. So trust the pillars of strength. Go with KC Base and female-owned Century Roofing. That's CenturyRoofingKC.com.
Jefferson's has a brand new happy hour designed to save you money. Enjoy half off appetizers and half off your bar tab. 7 days a week at Jefferson's Lenexa and Jefferson's North Kansas City. Yeah, you heard that right. Half off your bar tab during happy hour at both locations. And it gets even better. Mondays are all day happy hour. Plus, they've got reverse happy hour every night. Whether you're catching the game or just kicking back with family and friends, Jefferson's in Lenexa and North Kansas City is the place to be. Proudly local and always delicious. Jefferson's. Wings, burgers, oysters. Still paying interest? Reiselman Nissan just dropped 0% APR for 60 months on new Muranos, Rogues, and Pathfinders. Or stretch it out. 1.9% for 72 months. Or even 84 months at just 3.49% APR. Need torque? Take home a new Frontier and grab up to $6,000 in total rebates. And if you live in Missouri and lease your new vehicle, you pay 0 sales tax. That's real money saved. These deals are real, but they won't last. Tap over to ReiselmanNissan.com. Reiselman Nissan. Every customer, every time.
If you have back-to-school shopping to do, then you should make Macy's your first stop, because Macy's has back-to-school styles from brands like Nike and Jordan, must-have denim from Levi's and Good American, and now Macy's has Abercrombie Kids too. It's all in one place, all at great prices. And here's another reason to come in. If you're already at Macy's and you saved so much, you could stop by the fragrance counter and pick up something for yourself too. The best back-to-school styles are here now at Macy's.
Start the school year with hot deals on Lunchbox favorites and snacks. This Friday through Sunday, shop back-to-school must-haves like Hy-Vee cereal, Lunchables, family-size Little Debbie snacks, and Goldfish crackers. Stock up on Coke 12-pack cans just $4.99 and Jack's Pizza only $2.99. Too busy to shop? Order through Aisles Online. Schedule a pickup or delivery and leave the shopping to us. Save time, save money during the 3-day back-to-school sale this weekend only at Hy-Vee.
Well, if you're like me, the busy season is here. It's back to school time. It's back to sports time, and that means we are so busy every single day. And Hy-Vee's Aisles Online helps us out so much. It's so easy. Just download the app or go to Hy-Vee.com. Choose your store, select your items, and Hy-Vee does all the shopping. All you have to do is pick up the order or have it delivered to your home. Hy-Vee is taking care of everything as we head into the fall season. Save time, save money. What could be better? Only at Hy-Vee.
My perfect day has sand, salt water, and friends. But my moderate to severe plaque psoriasis can take me out of the moment. Now I'm all in with clearer skin thanks to Skyrizi. Risankizumab Riza, a prescription-only 150 milligram injection for adults who are candidates for systemic or phototherapy. With Skyrizi, most people saw 90% clearer skin, and many were even 100% plaque-free at 4 months. Skyrizi is just 4 doses a year after 2 starter doses.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines.
Thanks to Skyrizi, there's nothing on my skin, and that means everything. Ask your doctor about Skyrizi, the #1 dermatologist-prescribed biologic in psoriasis. Visit Skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKYRIZI to learn more.
Check engine or ABS light on? Take the guesswork out of your warning lights with O'Reilly Veriscan. It's free. Ask for O'Reilly Veriscan.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
This is the story of the one. As a lineman, he does whatever it takes to keep the power on in his community. And he wants a partner like Grainger who does the same. Grainger offers the professional-grade products he needs, from voltage detectors to harnesses to hard hats, plus fast, dependable delivery, so he can rise to every challenge. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Check engine or ABS light on? Take the guesswork out of your warning lights with O'Reilly Veriscan. It's free. Ask for O'Reilly Veriscan.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Your cold is coming. Your cold is coming. When you feel a cold coming, shorten it with Zicam, the #1 cold shortening brand.
Oh, no, not before my big trip.
The big trip you've been planning is coming up, and so is your cold. But Zicam can shorten your cold and get you back to planning sooner.
Thanks, Revere.
We really should keep Zicam in the house.
Shorten your cold with Zicam.
Take it from America's most revered messenger. Shorten your cold at the first sign with cold shortening products from Zicam, the #1 cold shortening brand. Available in stores or see where to buy at Zicam.com.
This report is brought to you by Surfside Iced Tea and Vodka and Surfside Lemonade and Vodka. Surfside Iced Tea and Vodka and Surfside Lemonade and Vodka. Proud partner of the Kansas City Royals. Each can of Surfside is only 100 calories and the best part, 0 bubbles. Grab it at the K or ask for it at your favorite bars and liquor stores.
You're listening to 96.5 The Fan from the Mission Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling Studios.
Guys, I'm at a crossroads with golf. You said it. We're going to find out how golf goes. Let me get away the spoilers here. Terribly.
You joined, you filled in a golf league yesterday, and you don't really golf all that often. What were you thinking?
Okay, so I've golfed a few more times this year than I did last year. But I've got the yips, Drew. I am at a crossroads.
It's a tough place to be.
I am at a crossroads with my golf game. Here's the simple reality of it. I think I have to decide in the next 2 weeks which direction this is going. I think I am down to 2 available options. I should either take this seriously, get to the range more often, play a lot more golf, try to become an average, show up a couple times a month golfer in which you're not a total embarrassment. Fine, you score one every once in a while.
I think that's all a lot of people want.
The last couple times I've golfed, I'm not even that. Or I should just quit, sell my golf clubs, and never play again.
Wait,
I think part of the problem.
Yesterday had me there. I should either just quit golf forever, never play the sport ever again.
What did you shoot?
Or I don't like. It was like 70 or something.
Yesterday I said
2
68, and you called me crazy.
No, we stopped. Honestly, I stopped even trying to I was just trying to fix my swing after 4 holes. There was no point.
Been there, done that.
And I shot I shot 108 on Saturday, so I was quite a bit better on Saturday.
So you were just 37 shots off in 9 holes, which you shot for 18 during the weekend?
Yes! I
had more faith in you, man.
I think I know what happened.
I
think I know what happened.
So,
whenever you notice, Drew, do you notice whenever Cody goes and golf, especially with our friend Joe, all of a sudden, and Cody, we have a group chat and we'll text, but the amount of texts that flooded through yesterday.
Joe was sitting on Joe was also embarrassing. By the way. He plays way more golf than me.
The amount of texts we get, and then we start getting selfies from Cody mid golf and a lot of faces that I won't tweet out and stuff that are very interesting.
I mean, a sad face.
And I think what happens is you get blitzed and your golf game tanks.
That occasionally happens. That was not yesterday's problem.
How much did you drink yesterday?
Not none. I had a drink, 2 drinks. I don't know.
Okay.
I will say there is certainly the driver was the only club that works.
Maybe you need to get some new clubs like how you won the new.
Oh, we're
driver.
blaming it on the clubs.
I'm just telling you right now. But that's but Gold. Here's the thing.
It can't hurt.
It's probably not. It's definitively not the club's fault.
What, do you work at the PGA Superstore over there?
But
he needs new clubs.
For a fitting,
my irons are probably 10 or 12 years old. They're from a golf brand that doesn't even make irons anymore.
That doesn't help.
And the truth is that this is the point. I either throw them into the Grand Canyon when we're in Vegas. I ship them out there and I make a ceremonial toss.
That'd be a heck of a social media video.
Into the Grand Canyon, and I quit this game forever. Or it's today I start taking it serious to actually get decent. Not great.
Well,
not
how much
good,
money do you want to spend and how much time do you want to commit?
When I was in my early 20s and I just used to shoot.
Question.
When I was in my early 20s and I used to shoot like 92 when you go out on the weekends, and it's still fun for everybody and not an
Gold is absolutely right,
Honestly,
Cody.
how much time do you want to spend and how much money?
That is absolutely
That's your answer.
That's the question?
Yes. Gold is 100%
answer
on
to
it.
that is really what will dictate what you want to do.
Because, Cody, if you do, for whatever reason, I don't know if you've looked at new clubs. Obviously, you're going to have to spend a pretty penny. You don't need if you're spending more than $1,000 on clubs, you're doing it wrong. If you're going to get new clubs, do not spend over $1,000. Get clubs that are a couple years old, more forgiving.
I had a scratch golfer give me some suggestions of possible clubs because I was trying to decide between quitting or getting better.
Do not be the person who is shooting in the hundreds and spends $1,800 on a set of irons that they should not be using in the first place.
Drew,
don't be that
never
person.
Happen.
Good.
That's obviously
don't be
not.
that individual.
That's obviously not.
Drew, would you say is there a certain type of club?
I use a regular shaft.
Okay, that's good to know.
You need to go and get a
could be
club fitting. I don't think I'll
depending-
ever use a stiff shaft.
Okay, so Cody, did you hear that?
Club fitting?
Drew, from your experience,
I've played with stiff shafts. It's not that great.
Okay.
Cody, you need to go and get a club fitting so you know what shaft you should use.
Here's a set of irons.
You need a custom shaft.
That the guy suggested. I can get a set of irons used for $500. So I could win in Vegas, win $500. Maybe I just let the gambling gods decide. Gold. I get to Circa and let the gambling gods decide if I've got the $500 to buy these new irons. You know,
on this show, you would be the shaft expert.
I think, Cody, you should go and look.
I might just quit, man. I don't know.
I know. I think
I'm so frustrated. Can we go to the range? Can that help me decide? I'm going to decide in the next 2 weeks. So I'm going to swing some clubs sometime the next couple of weeks to help me decide.
It's better to get, so you don't have to commit to anything. It's better to get a fitting because at the range, you have to get the clubs and then try the clubs out afterwards. At a fitting, you can go and you pay like $50 or whatever it is, and you get to try 3, 4, or 5 iron sets. You don't have to buy anything then and there. Of course, they'll pressure you to do that probably, but you try things out, figure out what iron works for you, what type of shaft works for you, and then you'll be good to go and you know what to do. You'll have a better direction.
I need one of these senior shaft. I need one of these these good golf club places to sponsor me. Make me get better. Like the Sticks golf clubs or something. Get me a fitting. Come on, let's work together. Let's get me better at this.
This is turning into Cody begging for free golf clubs now. That's what it is.
No, I looked at prices. I definitely have looked at some used sets.
I just think you should never volunteer to fill in a golf league when you're not that good at golf.
It was last minute. They needed somebody last minute. And of course, the two people we were with are a 2 and a 3 handicap. So this guy hit his drive into the. So I hit my drive in the fairway. He hit his drive, I don't know, 1 billion yards further than me into the sand trap. But it's a par 5. So he's still 220 yards out of the sand trap and stripes one 10 feet from the pin. And I'm like, okay, well, this guy must hate playing golf with me. Mm-hmm. This guy must just think this person's the worst human being on the planet.
So you're done with golf league. That sounds like a path you should not do.
But I might just quit golf.
Never again.
I might just quit golf. I might just have to quit. But in the next 2 weeks, I'm going to take it serious for the next couple weeks. I'm going to get out of the course. I'm going to go to the range. I'll do what Drew says. I'll go get a fitting.
Do you want to go
swing some
golfing in
new
110
clubs.
degree weather in Vegas next week?
Hell no.
No? Okay.
I'm not shipping my clubs out there. So
110 degrees on
100%.
Thursday.
There you go, guys. There you go.
So
I'll be inside. If not, I'll be out at Stadium Swim in the water. Otherwise, there's no reason to go outside in Vegas next week.
Go ahead and schedule the tea time for like 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock.
Will you come to the range with me?
In the morning?
No, not in the morning.
It might be at 5 a.m. It might be cool. It might only be 90 degrees.
Is your brother coming in town anytime soon?
No.
Damn it.
Wait, you want free lessons from his brother?
I thought maybe we could spend an hour at the range.
My brother would, if we went to the range and you were there, if my brother was here, he would give you.
Anybody the guy I was playing with last night?
He would give you some game for free.
I
He
should
would not charge you.
One of the guy last night, the same guy who hit that bunker shot, I am to understand he is a high school golf coach. So I probably should have just gotten a lesson from that guy.
I use a regular shaft.
Thank you, Drew. We'll get to what Drew said he is trying differently or something new.
I'm going to give you guys
He
5
said
guesses.
he said he's starting something new.
Okay.
We'll get to that in
We'll learn
about
that in a minute.
6 or 7 minutes or so. I'm not sure because again, Drew was supposed to play in that golf league yesterday. He said he had other obligations. Then today he's out here saying he's starting something new. I have a lot of things.
It has nothing to do with
a lot of
yesterday
things are
either.
flowing through my mind. Some I can't say on the air. I don't think of what you actually are doing, but we're going to learn together.
Dang, all right.
Yeah, we're going to learn together in just a little bit. Meanwhile, have you guys seen the story about the Oklahoma quarterback? Drew, you follow
John Mateer.
You follow college football, so you tell me, how good is he supposed to be, number one?
There is a lot of hype surrounding
Okay.
him this
All right.
season. He's considered one of the better quarterbacks in the country.
Okay, so one of the better quarterbacks in the country. He's in a bit of hot water. It started on social media, and since then the university has released a statement, but it's because there was some screenshots from the transfer quarterback's Venmo account where it shows transactions that maybe signaled he was betting on college games. Again, nobody knows. We don't know what the heck is actually going to happen or what happened in this circumstance. But basically, Sooner Scoop, which is a website, reported that the school is aware of the alleged incident and was looking into it. The quarterback made it clear to Oklahoma that he says he has never gambled. But these screenshots were of his Venmo to a buddy, and it literally said, sports betting, parentheses, Oklahoma
USC.
versus UCLA or USC against UCLA or whatever it may be. And again, I have no idea if he actually did. First of all, why does anybody ever make their Venmo transactions public? I have never understood that. I think I've said it on the air before. Whether it's me sending $20 to Cody for lunch or him sending me $5 for whatever, and you put the emoji as a beer stein or a mug or whatever. Why? That doesn't need to be public.
I didn't know that you could make them private.
Yeah,
so Drew's is definitely
So
public.
yours, like, I'm going to go to yours right now. Like, why have you not made it private? It doesn't ever show the dollar amount, but why does everybody need to know who you're sending money to on Venmo? It seems like a terrible idea.
Probably because people don't know that they can.
Drew, let me find your Venmo. I don't know if I've ever sent anything to you on Venmo. So I don't know
How
if
do
I
you
have
go
your-
and make it?
Oh, you and I are not friends on Venmo. I don't think we ever sent money to each. Let me go to Cody's.
How do you
for a
make
second.
it private?
There's a setting you could just
I
change
thought
there.
I've made mine private, but I said Venmo so little. Who knows?
So yeah, Cody,
Privacy.
the last time Cody's
mine
was
are private.
public was 2021.
Yeah, I probably
You paid-
switched it
You
then.
paid someone named Julie for things, and then you paid your brother Jairus for yard work. I don't need it, but why? I don't need to know this.
That was 2021, 4 years ago.
But I don't
4
need-
years ago, I made that private. Now, here's the-
there's also one again. So I don't know why anybody needs to leave it private, public.
Has yours been private from the beginning?
I don't know if it was from the very beginning. So one, it doesn't need to be public, but also a lot of people do put funny stuff in the comments, right?
Oh,
but as a
nonstop.
quarterback in college football, you cannot, even if you were joking, which let's just play along here for a little bit, why would you put sports betting as the joke when you're a quarterback at a Division I university? Like you even have one that's
crazy.
funny.
Oh, my brothers and I used to send all
Yeah, it
kinds
says
of stuff.
F your 45 cents.
Look, here's the truth. Like, the weird part about this is I'm kind of inclined to believe the kid. Because
That he's just messing around.
I think you should be.
My brother worked at a bank for a really long time, still does work at a bank. And when he was doing like teller stuff, he would if he had to write me a check, he put the most insane stuff for me to have to deposit in the memo line. I mean, it would say offensive things in the memo line of the check. So like Venmo's essentially just the public version of that. I don't think it's crazy the two kids who are their teenagers would go jokey. I don't think he's so stupid. He would put in his Venmo,
I don't know.
I'm wagering on sports.
I'm fine. Like Arch Manning's went public recently, and he had a lot of dumb comments that a 19-year-old kid would put. Whatever, you're right. Like we've all put dumb things, but this wasn't even like the sports betting thing. When you're a Division I quarterback, You just have to be smarter. Like you can't make that joke given the scandals that exist in sports and alleged scandals and everything like that. Someone says the reason why it's public is so people don't launder billions of dollars. No, you don't have to make it public. Like
you actually can make them private.
Venmo doesn't mean that Venmo still can't, if there was an investigation that Venmo still can't reveal to the FBI or something. I'm saying literally, like, I should not be able to go to Cody's Venmo and see every transaction. Make it private.
Yeah, I think
you can, by the way. It's not something.
You got to think smart about this. I mean, a friend of mine just texted and said that they had to Venmo a stripper for cash for a bachelor party. They Venmo and then they give you the ones. Do you want that in your public Venmo request?
Drew's got a bunch in there now. I'm seeing a bunch of them say cupping and massages. There's like 15 transactions in the last 2 weeks. It's a lot of massages, Drew.
It's interesting though, because I think you're right, Cody, in the fact that like we should believe him. I think we were inclined to.
I'm
do so.
kind of inclined to believe him that kids put stupid things in Venmo transaction histories.
At the same time, like I don't. You're inclined to believe them, but at the same time, we've seen how often this stuff has occurred really in sports in general in the last year or two, that you have to investigate it, and it creates a distraction for that program. It makes him look bad in a situation. I mean, if you're Brent Venables, you're like freaking out for a little bit just because you're like, did you actually do this? Like, you're supposed to be the starting quarterback and all these other things that come along with it.
I don't think you can play a football game until it's properly investigated.
That's where I was going to ask you guys.
I am inclined to believe him. He should not be allowed to play a football game until they track his bank accounts, track the bank accounts of the other people he sent these Venmo requests to, and make sure that they didn't bet on a USC football game for the amount of money that he sent him. If they can clear him, he can play. But he shouldn't be allowed to play until they actually clear that he was.
A couple of college football insiders, though, have been reporting on this. They say that the Venmo transaction screenshots do not provide solid evidence to hold him accountable. So
I don't think you can put sports. There's not a. That's crazy. That's not enough to hold him accountable. This is sports wagering.
The insider for CBS said, ultimately, there isn't actually a smoking gun. There isn't actually hard evidence that he's done anything wrong. As people may know, Venmo accounts are notoriously unhelpful for revealing what's actually going on in them. Like, look, plenty of people have been there like, you can put a slice of pizza. It doesn't mean you paid your buddy $150 for pizza. Yeah. It might have been for a baseball card. Like, whatever it may be, right? Like, it doesn't mean anything.
I think
it's not what you put in the description for Venmo does not prove anything.
I know, but you just can't.
He can't do it. I'm with you. He can't do it, but
doesn't prove anything. Doesn't mean that you are punished. As in, like, we're saying you can never play college football again, and no NFL team's going to draft you because no. But do we get to
properly investigate it? And until
do we get to investigate before? Hell yeah, we get to investigate before. Emmanuel Classe, they haven't technically proven yet that he is guilty of sports wagering. He probably is. The evidence is pretty bad for him. But I will tell you that they get to
have more evidence.
While they do it.
Yeah, but that's because they literally have a discretion. Like, they have the pitcher that was throwing, and all of a sudden a weird spike in pitch will be a ball or strike. Yeah. That's way more of a, we might have a smoking gun than we saw a screenshot of a kid that may be joking, but we don't know if he was joking. We have no clue where the bet was placed. Was it ever placed? He sent money to his buddy. How much money did he send to his buddy? Like, I'm just saying, it's not. There's a lot more to figure out than we're making it seem like.
This is another reason why
Class A seems like there's way more evidence on something like that.
This is another reason why they need collective bargaining. Sure. They need clear language for when and how we can suspend you for reasons like this. Because right now, it is just vibes. Like, enough evidence against what? NCAA rules are notoriously vague. Like, so, I mean, there's a lot of ways they can still ding you.
A lot of the major suspensions come from the schools themselves, too.
Correct.
Which, of course, Oklahoma's not going to suspend their guy that they just got in the portal. There's no way.
We'll see. There's got to be some more evidence that comes out if, in fact, it's going to result in him missing games. I think that's all. And maybe there will be. Maybe we'll find out in a week, and all of a sudden there's real proof. But right now, it seems like a kid was being a complete moron, honestly, is what it sure seems like. All right, Drew, you put something in the rundown. We told you to not tell us what it is until on air so we get a natural reaction. You just put, Drew, I'm starting something new. You're starting something new. People have been guessing. What do you mean? You're starting something new. And you got a big smile. You got a big smile on your. You got a big smile on your face too. Are you about to go run in the Boston Marathon next year?
He's going to try to become a professional pickleball player.
Are you going to Augusta to break 100? What are we doing?
So, all right, I'm
are you getting cooking lessons?
No, I'm not. Do you guys want to have 3 guesses? I'll give you each 3 guesses, or do you want 2 guesses just for the sake of time? 2 guesses
for the sake of time,
and for the text line too. 913-586-7965.
OnlyFans and training for a marathon. Those are my 2 guesses.
Okay. I'm going to guess that you're getting like personal training now or something. And then the other thing would be your some sort of diet. I don't know whether it's becoming vegetarian or some sort of diet you're trying. That's okay. Those are my guesses.
Okay, so those are all very good guesses, but those are but none of them are it. Somebody says I joined CDOT's quilting class. I did not. Is CDOT even still in that class, by the way? I don't know. OnlyFans is a no.
Someone says maybe Drew signed up for Hinge Premium. Cody suggested it for gold, but maybe Drew did.
No, I absolutely did.
That would not work.
Absolutely,
that would be a
not.
bad decision on your part.
I am learning a new language.
And how far into the process are you?
Sorry,
that wasn't gonna. I mean, I could have guessed that.
Okay, all right.
What language?
All right, what language? Yeah.
Now, if it's Russian, I'm gonna be really surprised.
No.
It's gonna be some most random. It's gonna be like some native language from some other. Go ahead. Sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's French.
Why French?
Yeah. Why French?
Why
not like Spanish or something?
So my producer was just living in France, and now he's learning French.
I took Spanish in high school and took it in college, and I'm tired of learning Spanish, so I figured I would learn something new.
So is this like a Duolingo situation, or are you gonna work like
this is Duolingo?
Okay.
And then eventually, is your goal to then like go overseas and like go to Paris
No,
or
this
something?
is like it's more like a random thing.
Just something
just
that'd be
to
cool
yourself.
to pick. Just
what do you know
cool
so
to
far?
learn.
Can you count to 5?
Haven't done numbers yet, but
what? You haven't done numbers? That's the first one.
No, a lot of it is like it's kind of random words, but I'm just getting into greetings. So
bonjour. That's where we're at.
Only if it's good afternoon and good morning. Good evening is bonsoir.
Okay.
Oh, see, he's learning something already.
I can also say like Je suis Drew is I am Drew.
I'll be honest. I'm not trying to be a jerk.
Yourself as
I'm not trying to be
you, man.
Alex.
I'm good for you. I would also love to learn another language, and I briefly considered doing the same. I think it's very good. I'm not trying to be a jerk, but what a letdown! What a letdown! I was expecting. I was expecting something way more intriguing for the show's sake in future. I was expecting something that could impact the show moving forward, and it's just like, I'm learning a new language.
When's the French Open?
Well, the French Open golf, the French Open tennis updates.
So,
when's the French Open tennis?
Next year during June. In June.
Oui, oui.
Oh, you got a whole year, dude. That's perfect.
I have 10 months to.
Okay.
To
10
learn
months.
enough French.
Can you like when they used to make us do in my foreign language classes? I can't speak to yours. You'd have to choose like a French name for French class. Like, can you be like Jean-Luc? Can we give you like a French name anytime you're learning
I'm just
French?
so disappointed.
I'll be Inspector Jacques Clouseau is who I'll be. Steve Martin.
Someone says, are you going to open a crepe shop or baguettes? Some baguettes?
A croissant.
I mean,
shop?
it's good. Look, I would love to know another language. I would choose Spanish just because I think it'd be more useful. But like, props to you for trying. It's very difficult to pick up a new language. Good for you. I did see T-Mobile on their T-Mobile Tuesday. They have 3 months of Duolingo for free.
A main reason is
you can learn French too.
French at the
Actually,
same time.
I want you guys to figure out who's better at French in 3 months.
I would not pick. I would pick Spanish if I was going to learn another language.
Did you pay for the Duolingo?
No, I'm just doing the free one.
You sound about as committed as I am to golf.
How do you say the Bengals aren't making the playoffs in French?
I don't know how to.
Please learn that. Please learn that. Up next, we'll get to the 11 o'clock hour here on Cody and Gold, and some questions already about the wide receiver group, plus an enormous gift was given today.
This is Cody and Gold, brought to you by Heartland Men's Health, the leader in men's sexual health. Thousands of men have been successfully treated for low T, ED, and more, all with discretion and compassion. Make your appointment at heartlandmenshealth.com. Tune in to hear Royals insider Josh Vernier every Wednesday at 12:30.
We need to nip this in the bud. We need to nip what in the bud?
On your home for Royals baseball, 96.5, The Fan.
Take a swing at making baseball entries this season over on Underdog. Join me with one of the leading places to make all your sports selections that you can play in your state. That's right. It's one of the fastest growing sports games apps that you can play on the Missouri side. I'll be in Missouri later on my couch watching some baseball. That's why I've made the selection to go higher than Bobby Witt Jr. to hit a home run, higher than 0.5 RBI for Vinny Pasquantino. You can join the millions of fans who have already won billions by making those plays simply by doing higher or lower than your favorite player stats. Home runs, strikeouts, total bases, mix and match sports. So football around the corner, touchdowns, yards, whatever you're feeling is all available and on the Missouri side. Once your entry feels good, play with as little as $1. Get everything right, you can win up to 1,000 times your money. So download the Underdog app, sign up using that promo code TAPP, T-A-P-P, to unlock a special offer for up to $1,000 in bonus cash when you make that first deposit. That's promo code TAPP, T-A-P-P. Must be 18 plus and present in Missouri. Terms apply. See underdogfantasy.com/web/deposit-match-terms. Concern with your play. Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.ncbgambling.org.
When businesses thrive, communities score. That's why Bank of America is the official bank of FIFA World Cup here in Kansas City. And our more than 30 local business specialists are ready to help your business win. What would you like the power to do? Learn more at bankofamerica.com/local business. Bank of America, official bank of FIFA World Cup 2026. Bank of America Corporation, all rights reserved.
It's not too late to enjoy your summer with a new or improved deck. Go to PowellExteriorsKC.com to schedule a consultation today. Get your free estimate now, and you could be enjoying your new deck or patio in a matter of weeks. You are one click away from your best summer ever.
MIAA fans, it's that time of year. Beginning August 19th, you can purchase 2025-26 MIAA Network monthly subscriptions, annual all-access passes, and individual broadcasts at fan-friendly rates. All MIAA conference regular schedule contests across 7 sports and other select contests will be streamed live on the network. Don't miss the 48-hour flash sale from noon on August 19th to noon on August 21st for $10 off the annual subscription rate. For more info and to sign up today, visit the MIAAnetwork.com. The MIAA. Bring your A-game.
Flooded bathroom? AC on the fritz? When things go wrong, you need reliable service fast. Call Hamilton Plumbing, Heating, AC, and Rooter and take $50 off any HVAC, plumbing, or electrical repair over $200. The pros at Hamilton are ready 7 days a week to fix the problem. Over 40 years experience, more than 8,000 5-star reviews, plus our exceptional service guarantee means you can trust Hamilton to bring comfort and calm back to your home. Visit callhamilton.com for details, terms, and conditions. License number 2025-11121.
Hi, this is Toby Tobin along with Jason Goodenkoff with Lewisburg Ford, Lewisburg, Kansas. Hi, Jason.
Hello, Toby.
Do you have any good deals going on pickups now?
We got great deals, Toby. Right now, we've got amazing incentives. Always $50 over invoice only at Lewisburg Ford. But listen to this, 2024 F-150s up to $16,000 off of top MSRP. Plus, you get a 2-year free maintenance plan when you buy from Lewisburg Ford.
Whoa, that's good.
Absolutely. And listen to this, on 2025 F-150s, we've got 0, 0, 0. 0 down payment, 0% interest for 48 months, and 0 payments for 90 days, along with a 2-year free maintenance plan, Toby.
Am I able to get a lease?
Absolutely, Toby. We got a 25 F-150 Super Crew STX, 36-month lease, only $499 a month plus tax with 10,500 miles.
I'm on. Okay, but everything else, you buy at $50 over your cost.
Every single day, $50 over invoice at Lewisburg Ford, and only at Lewisburg Ford, Toby.
It goes on all the time. What's your phone number?
816-444-2300.
LewisburgFord.com.
Your home is more than just another listing. It's your life's work. Dawn and the Sharp Homes team treat every property as their own, employing innovative marketing strategies and providing personal attention that transforms for sale signs into sold celebrations. The Sharp Homes team can also give you options. Do you want to skip the showings and open houses and go straight to sold? Then contact the only agent I would trust to sell my home. Dawn Sharp and the Sharp Homes team, brokered by Epic Realty. Google Sharp Homes team. That's Sharp Homes team today.
Home title theft. It's on the rise, and it's devastating if it happens to you. Listen to the alarming words of an actual home title thief.
I don't need to know your date of birth and social security number. All I have to do is go to public records, create a document, and file that document. And then I can borrow against the house or sell the house. You may have no clue until you find out that your house has been sold or till several loans or several banks are foreclosing on you.
For pennies a day, Home Title Lock puts a virtual barrier of protection around your home's title with 24/7 monitoring. The instant they detect any tampering, you'll get an alert, and that's bad news for home title thieves. So when's the last time you checked on the title to your home? Find out if you're already a victim with your free title scan and complete title report. $100 value free with sign up. Just go to HomeTitleLock.com and sign up in minutes. That's HomeTitleLock.com. HomeTitleLock.com.
Get a $15 O'Reilly Auto Parts gift card after rebate when you buy 5 quarts of select Mobil 1 synthetic motor oil in-store or online.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
This is the story of the one. As a lineman, he does whatever it takes to keep the power on in his community. And he wants a partner like Grainger who does the same. Grainger offers the professional-grade products he needs, from voltage detectors to harnesses to hard hats, plus fast, dependable delivery, so he can rise to every challenge. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Get a $15 O'Reilly Auto Parts gift card after rebate when you buy 5 quarts of select Mobil 1 synthetic motor oil in-store or online.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Jefferson's Wings, Burgers, Oysters, located in Lenexa and North Kansas City, proud lunch partner of Cody Gold.
You can listen to the Royals and White Sox Friday, August 15th on The Fan, AM 610, with Vern's on Deck show starting at 6. KFMZ FMN AM HD1 and HD2, Kansas City, an Odyssey sports station.
11 o'clock hour here on Cody and Gold. Don't forget our training camp coverage on 96.5 The Fan, brought to you by Geico. Switch and save. Get more with Geico. We will get to the trash of the day in about 18 minutes or so. A reminder, we're also off early today. Royals trying to get a sweep of the Nationals. It's a day game out at the K, so we will hand things off to Vern at noon today for his On Deck show. I do want to pass along a little bit of NFL news, just an update from a few teams' camps. Unfortunately, we don't know the severity, but unfortunately, quarterback injury in Cleveland. Adam Schefter just putting out that Shedeur Sanders was unable to finish the final portion of practice today.
With an oblique injury.
Yes, with an oblique injury. We don't know the severity. Obviously not good news, but something to keep an eye on after having a nice preseason debut last Friday night.
That James Cook got paid. Those are the big NFL storylines today. He got his, 4 years, $48 million, $30 million guaranteed. It's still funny how small a running back contract looks
compared, yeah. Now, it means with Sanders, at least, going back to his injury real quick, it means he's not going to play Saturday most likely. So it's another preseason game, though, that he won't have an opportunity to play. And so I don't know what that means for the likelihood of him making the roster versus practice squad, or is he an IR guy now or pup-less guy? I mean, we'll see. But that's an injury. And then, yes, James Cook did get paid today.
You do realize what's going on with Drew, right? Drew is staring down the barrel of turning 30, and it is clearly affecting him. Like that, I'm just like
selfies.
It's pretty clear. He's trying to get in the best shape of his life. He's trying to learn a new language. I think it's pretty clear.
I'm trying to get back in shape to where I was. That's what it is.
Pretty clear that Drew is staring down the barrel of turning 30, and I think it matters.
You think he's freaking out?
I think he's freaking out.
But I think
Drew's freaking out about turning 30.
This is the thing. I haven't thought like all of what
you haven't thought about all the things you're doing. I'm telling you, it's because you're turning 30.
All of
a lot of things that have happened in the last month and a half, man.
All of what I'm doing, there's nothing in mind of me turning 30. Like 30, like the whole thing of. I'm not instinctively thinking of that. That's why I'm doing what I'm doing. But I guess it all kind of lines up together to fit.
You're learning a new language. You're trying to get in shape. You're
the wife's learning
you're taking selfies with your shirt off. You're doing things you hadn't done previous months.
I'm more comfortable in my own.
Just weeks before you turn 30.
Like, cause part of
it happens, man. It's all right.
Before I posted the photo, though, I was like, should I even post this? And I was like, screw it. I'm going to do it. Why not?
I'm only in my 20s once. That's what you said before you posted it.
I did not.
Right before that photo got snapped.
It does fit everything.
Text line's asking, is he wearing his wedding ring? He's a little young for a midlife crisis. LOL.
Are you looking at sports cars?
I'm not having I am not looking at sports cars. Believe me, if I was, that'd be great. I would have sent you guys a photo by now of a car that I was looking at if I was doing that.
Go to Shiny Mission 4. Get yourself a Mustang, man. Mustang convertible. Be good to go.
I had that convertible Mustang in the middle of dead of winter.
That's right.
Not the best time for me.
Did you pop on the interstate and just fire that thing up and just take it?
My kids would make me put the top down if we were driving the neighborhoods. Anything above 40 degrees. Demanded it. So we rode the top down a lot.
For sure.
I love
Someone
it.
said it's the bad boy Drew era we're entering. At this point in time.
I'm going to start wearing like biker jackets.
Text line says Drew did not answer the question. I don't know. I don't think he's wearing it. I didn't see it. I think he lost it, honestly.
In the last 3 months, he's like changed his hairstyle up.
Yeah.
He's getting in shape. He's learning a new language. He's got
the same
a new tattoo.
I've always had. I have not got a new tattoo.
This is classic.
I will say this. We did while on vacation talk about new tattoos.
Something going on.
Anyways.
Let's talk about money, though. Cash, as it were, because your university, Alex, just got gifted
big money.
a big, gigantic
That's awesome.
stack of cash. David Booth, it was announced today, Pete Thamel, I think, broke the news that David Booth is giving a $300 million donation to the University of Kansas, $75 million of which is already dedicated to wrapping up the stadium project, including the
phase
gateway portion
phase 2,
of it. Yeah, I guess not wrapping it up, but completing
Huge,
phase 2
though,
of
because
it, and a massive donation.
We know basically like 75% of the stadium has already been rebuilt. It's brand new. It looks beautiful. I can't wait to get there some point this fall to the booth. They'll open up against Fresno State actually a week from Saturday. That's crazy, right? A week from Saturday they open up. But at the same time, there was worry when they launched it that would they have the money to finish the project, and would you be sitting there with a stadium 25% not done for years and years and years? This ensures essentially that's likely not going to happen.
$300 million?
$300 million is
I think
unbelievable.
there's something bigger at play here.
Well, no, it is. If you read the release, so it's not just about helping with phase 2. It is about ensuring essentially stability of the athletic department for years to come. We all know with the revenue sharing that's about to happen in collegiate sports and trying to keep up with everybody else in these Power 5 conferences and make sure you have top-notch facilities, but also make sure you're competitive. This provides money for things to operate the athletic department down the road. It's an unbelievable gift. It's one of the largest gifts in collegiate athletic history. It's the largest gift in Kansas history. This is somebody that is already
an influx of cash. Are you going to be making your largest donation in Kansas history?
I will not. I wish I could.
Yeah,
David Booth, $300 million for this. He's donated $300 million to like a University of Chicago business school. He's donated obviously money for the rules of basketball. $4 million or whatever it was. He bought those years back. So many different. He's donated money for the help with a new business school. Unbelievable amounts of money he has donated to the University of Kansas, and this is awesome. And I know, if you're not a KU alum, you may don't care as much, but you were going to bring up the bigger point, which is this is the position they need to be in financially and also with facilities that with realignment in collegiate sports, you need to make sure you have top-notch facilities.
Much like Drew's trying to make himself the best version of himself in his 30s, Kansas is absolutely, I think part of the big impetus behind these are you need to make yourself as attractive as a football program as you can in case the Big 12 goes belly up. And I'll just be honest with you. In the next 20 years, I don't think the Big 12 will exist. 20 years from now, I don't think there will be a Big 12. Maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah, I have no idea.
So, certainly didn't think the Pac-12 was going to fold up first, and I still think they got the leg up on the ACC, but there was definitely a time when the Pac-12 and the other conferences had a leg up on the Big 12, and they're still standing, and one of those conferences isn't. And so, I don't think 20 years from now the Big 12 is going to exist. And while it still is a smaller football stadium, to have the we know their basketball facilities are incredible. To have this put in place, I think is a way of saying, hey, we promise we will take football seriously. If anything goes down and this gets weird and we're starting to do super conferences, or we're thinking it's just the Big 10 and the SEC, or it's just going to be 3 conferences, not the Power 4 anymore, we'd like you to remember that we do have the facilities. Because up until this point, before they started doing these renovations, Kansas's football facilities were one of the worst in all of the Power 5. Like, they were bad. Their football facilities stunk. And so now to have a big, shiny new toy, and especially making sure it gets done because David Booth's got $300 million for you. I know all $300 million is not going to that. I'm sure it's getting spread out a lot of different ways. But because he's cutting a big fat check, you are in a better position than you've ever been to prove to teams you're taking football serious.
And the stadium alone, though, and if you wanted to keep Lance Leipold, and they've been able to, remember other programs have tried to poach him in the last year or so, this was part of the deal, right? Like you had to get the stadium project done. You had to have top-notch facilities so you can be competitive in recruiting and other things. So it was an awesome gift to see come through today. And I think, it positions them a lot better moving forward into the future, whether it is for realignment or for other things as well. Someone says, what does this guy do for a living? He can donate $300 million. Very successful investor. I believe he operates a firm that, deals with, billions of dollars or whatever. He's worth $2.8 billion.
Well, you guys were saying
$2.8 billion.
You guys were saying before the show, this isn't the only. He's
made a different $300 million donation to his grad school.
University of Chicago. I think it's now the University of Chicago, like Booth Business School. He's donated, as I said, to help start the KU Business School. I think $2-something million. He donated in 2017 for some of the the projects, the renovations at football stadium as well. I think that helped. I don't know if that helped with the indoor facility or whatever it was, like $50 million. So yeah, I mean, I think all told that we publicly know about, it's between the schools, I think it's over $600 million easily.
And I mean, obviously, you guys have touched on it. It's not just great for the university, but also as it pertains to the football program directly, with the upgrading of facilities and the new stadium and the field getting buzzed and the new and the uniforms, and Lance Leipold being all of it is, kids love the new facilities. They love the new jerseys. They want to be able to go to a place they feel comfortable in,
and they
a
weren't
place
keeping
that
up for
looks
a while.
nice. Yeah, and now that KU's doing this, it's only going to enhance the guys that they can get, the guys that they get in the portal, whatever the case is, to try to keep the football program going in the direction that it has been.
Drew, you're probably better to answer this question. When this renovation is done, knowing that they've got some of the best basketball facilities, mostly because they've got a historic stadium, but also we know the dorm and all the other stuff.
They just renovated it too.
Yeah,
a little bit.
the rest of their basketball stuff is kind of incredible. Will they have some of the best facilities in all the Big 12? I'm not talking Big 10 SEC right now.
Yeah.
I've seen some of those setups. They're nuts. So
yeah, they're not going to touch those.
But will they have some of the best in all of the Big 12 now?
Oh, for sure.
When
Yeah,
this thing's done in a couple of years?
I
They want the
definitely
biggest
think
stadium. It's still a small football stadium. Does that matter?
It's only going to be low 40s, like 41, 42,000.
And Bill Snyder's like 50?
Yeah.
And Missouri's
60.
A lot of the Big 12
that's
ones
the
range from
SEC.
40 to 65 or something like that.
Yeah, it's going to be a smaller stadium. That's, if you're, that's been like the joke on the K-State fan side of it. That's been like their favorite thing to joke about.
Kansas fans say agricultural school, and they joke about your Cracker Box size stadium. Is that what it is? Is that the back and forth between the two?
I don't even know this is the agriculture stuff that people are making fun. It's more just the constant back and forth of rivalry stuff and one's big brother, one's little brother kind of thing going on. But
well, unfortunately, little brother's going to beat big brother this year in football. Sorry to K-State fans.
You're saying Kansas is going to beat Kansas State?
Also, you said that
Do you know
backwards.
the last time that Kansas beat Kansas State football?
Say that again.
Little brother is going to
beat big brother, but he's saying Gold.
No, but K-State is little brother.
In football,
in football, KU is little brother. If we're being real,
Yeah, I'm talking university wise.
Oh well, big brother's going to beat little brother then. If we're talking university wise in football,
Gotcha.
then. Sorry about it.
Gotcha.
KU is going to win for the first time since what, 2008? The Sunflower Showdown, or whatever.
It's been way too long.
Or
It's
even
been way
longer.
too long. Also, I don't know if that's going to happen this year. K-State has
Like
the
the
best
Reagan
chance of any of the
administration.
locals to make it to the college football playoff.
When's the last time they beat him in Manhattan? Hasn't it been like? I'm not kidding. It's like Bush won or something was. I mean, it's been a long time since they won Manhattan, right? Is it
Drew's
in Lawrence
wearing
this year?
Drew's
or
wearing
Manhattan?
Drew's wearing a KU shirt today.
That's because today's KU day. KU day.
I don't know if I like. I don't know if I
on the
like you. I don't know
249
if I
Miles of
like
College
you wearing a
Football
KU
podcast.
shirt after wearing an MU shirt like 2 weeks ago and K-State the week. I don't know if I like you wearing a KU shirt. Carrington's mad at you wearing a KU shirt today as well.
Well,
You got to
Carrington-
pick an allegiance sometime, man. We got to narrow this thing down.
No, okay. So again, the for those of you who want to watch, by the way, the podcast is on video now. I wore
Your college football.
yeah, correct. I wore the lavender purple last week for K-State.
Okay.
Today I'm wearing the KU shirt. Next week is Missouri Day on the 249 Miles of College Football podcast. I will wear a Missouri shirt.
Okay.
I mean, I'm going along with the themes. I'm just telling. Look, again, I every take I give you, I believe wholeheartedly. Kansas, I think, will beat K-State this year, and it'll be the reason K-State does not go to the Big 12 title game. I'm sorry, but that's what I think.
I hope you're right, but I hope you're right.
How much trash talk are you going to give if KU beats K-State?
It depends what kind of years
Who's he
KU
trash
having.
talking to? He doesn't have any K-State friends.
So who's
Who's he levying this trash talk on?
I don't know.
It
Just
also
the
depends.
listeners?
It also depends
Yeah.
the type of year KU's having. Is it for Kansas to get their fourth win or their like seventh win? You know what I mean? Like, I feel like I'm pretty reasonable when it comes to this. Like the trash talk. If you beat a school and you only have, it's the first time in a while, is a big deal. But if you ended up still only winning 4 games that year, then I don't think you should talk much bleep. You know what I mean? This goes back to our issue with Cincinnati sometimes, Drew. Like, you beat Kansas City in a regular season game, but you didn't make the playoffs that year. Then I don't care. You know, it's the same kind of
I think
thing.
KU is going to have a good year.
I would love it.
I think there will be room for you to talk.
We'll see. I certainly think they're in the ballpark of 7 to 9 wins, but we'll see.
Little update on the Royals pitching this weekend. According to Jalen Thompson, they have decided Noah Cameron will start on Friday. Michael Lorenzen will return from the IL and start on Saturday. And then Ryan Berger, who's had 2 very good starts for the Royals, will start on Sunday, which means Q says Bailey Falter will head to the bullpen. No more starts for Bailey Falter.
Makes sense, actually.
You got Michael Lorenzen. I think you start him the rest of the way. Falter could still turn into a 5th starter for you. Hell, he could be Michael Lorenzen next year, hypothetically. But in that scenario, you keep Michael Lorenzen, the guy who gives you a better chance today as a starter in the rotation. Bailey Falter, we're headed to the bullpen. He's telling me.
You think he was faltering as a starter? Is that what you're saying?
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha. Just checking. Thank you. Just making
a little
sure.
too on the nose. I think everybody was waiting for that if he had a really bad start in his last one, but he didn't.
The first one he did.
Pretty bad in the first
Against
one.
Boston, yeah.
And he had a bit of a pitch control. Honestly, it's always the same thing. I'm interested to see if the stuff works better in the bullpen. Crank it up to 96 and let's see what you got. Maybe find out whether or not you need you need another starter, but nothing offensive about
Before we get to the trash of the day, we know yet again at Chiefs practice today, Hollywood Brown, as usual, not practicing.
No Kareem Hunt.
That's not going to change until we get closer to the season. Kareem Hunt was the new addition to the injury report. Quad contusion. Okay, it's a bruise. Let's hope that's all. I mean, it's a fancy word for a bruise. Hopefully, it's just very minor. As we mentioned to start the show, Andy Reid kind of hinted at the fact that Mahomes, Kelsey, and maybe some other
might be a big Carson Steele
not going to really
Rashard
play.
Smith day.
Starting offensive line, yes, because again, some offensive linemen just have to play. You only have so many; they're going to have to play. But the wide receivers and the offensive line unknown to a certain extent out there. Does that concern you for where they can get to across the entire season?
Typically, over the last couple of years, before the season starts, I've convinced myself this Chiefs offense is going to be electric. Here we go. They're going to be an unstoppable force. Kingsley and Hollywood. And look, injuries derailed it pretty early on for the Chiefs, but they still had Rashee Rice. And, I didn't think Hollywood was having more than 600 or 700 yards last year. Between these it's just still an unknown on the offensive line. We can be excited about Simmons all we want. There are no definitive answers there, or no definitive answers at left guard until we get there. And the wide receiver stuff. And I know Rashee Rice. I've just decided I'm just going to accept the 10th best offense this year. I've just settled in.
Hey, why are you throwing in the towel already?
I'm not throwing in the towel. I just said 10th best because I feel like I've hyped myself up 3 times, and I like the weapons, but Hollywood's not practicing, and I don't know, man. Shouldn't I just? Is it too soon?
Yes,
I'm
it's
just
too
settling
soon.
into just be the 9th best offense.
Last week we had the back and forth about, hey, if their defense is 7th and the offense is 10th, is that good enough to win a Super Bowl? And I said yes. I think you said no. So today you're saying you think you're basically...
I'm banking on the defense now,
Interesting. Look, do I think the offense is going to end up being top 5? No, I don't think so, because Rice is going to miss 4+ games, we all think. And we're still waiting for that news, by the way, on a suspension.
It'll probably
for
come
Rashee
today
Rice.
at 1 o'clock.
I told you it should happen at 6 o'clock, right when the Taylor Swift New Heights episode drops. That way, that would be
smart of Raj.
We'll see. Without Rice for a significant period of time this year, I don't know how across the entire 18 weeks they can be a top 5 offense. Can they be a top 5 offense the back half of the schedule? I think there's a chance. If I had to predict the exact spot right this second that the offense at a points per game base is going to be,
Finishes.
I would say they're 9th.
Okay, so you're in the same spot as me.
If I had to predict. But you're saying, you're not even giving them any chance.
It feels like...
I think there is, you're
I've
saying
set
that
myself up. You know what this is? This is set my expectations lower and then happy to be pleasantly surprised this time. My problem is that it already feels like it's off to a kind of ominous start. And the offensive line, we just don't know. That's not ominous in any way. If anything, it's trending up, right? Because you'd think, by all accounts, Simmons is kind of a dude. But we don't know that for sure until I watch him in a regular season game and we actually have to witness it. The wide receivers are off to an ominous start. And I'm worried we're up for 8 games of Xavier Worthy and Tyquan Thornton. And if it's that, well, then they're kind of the same as they were last year. It's Justin Watson and Xavier Worthy. Now, Worthy be certainly more polished than he was in the early part of last season. But if you remember, even when Worthy came around and got back to where he was, the offense still had a lot of the same problems, which is drives stalled out, no big plays. They cut everything close to the line of scrimmage. I'm just prepared to be bored by this offense again, too.
Really?
Where it's all 7 yards, 6 yards from the line of scrimmage. I hope I'm wrong, honestly.
This is where I'm
trying to mentally prepare for that.
Yeah, look, I'm not saying from week 1 they're just going to go out there and in first 2 weeks of the season score 38 points a game and we're like, oh my gosh, here we go. I hope so as well. I just think the left tackle situation, and you're right that we don't have the definitive answer, but I think I know who the solution is, and I think they have the solution. To what extent is that player going to be immediately? We'll find out. But Josh Simmons is to me going to stabilize the left tackle spot for this offense. And what does that mean for Mahomes? I think it's a huge boost for him and the opportunities down the field. And the check down stuff, to me, a lot of that gets solved if he actually has trust, belief, and time from his starting left tackle instead of having a new left tackle 3 times in one season, which is what it was last year. It was Kingsley, it was Wanye, it was obviously Joe Tooney at the end of the season.
I think it was 4 or 5. By the time I think it was like there was another weird one that started. I feel like it ended up being 4.
Well, obviously Kingsley week 1, then Wanye, and then Tooney. Who was the?
There was a 4th.
Really?
Am I wrong? Maybe not.
He's had 5 in 5 Super Bowls. That's what you
He's
mean.
definitely he's definitely 5 in 5 Super Bowls. I was thinking there was one other guy who randomly got a start over there. Maybe not.
No, because there
was the injury.
They brought
Who
in
got hurt?
No, they brought in Humphreys for one game for
That's
3
it.
quarters. For
I was
3
like,
quarters.
there was another guy who started.
DJ Humphreys played 3 quarters, then got hurt, and we never saw him. And he's now in like L.A. with the Rams. I
No
think.
wonder we couldn't remember
That's
his
right.
name.
DJ Humphreys, 3 quarters.
4 different starting left tackles last year.
That is why you should
You
have.
think that's why they didn't throw the ball of any kind of depth?
I think it was part of it. No,
Because the yards per target have gone down in like 3 or 4 consecutive.
In the Super Bowl, the offensive line got dominated, and the routes, like there was no success in route running at all, or winning routes, I should say, or anything like that. But yeah, I think the offensive line is a huge part of the equation to fixing the offense being big play again.
Sure.
The rest, we're going to find out.
Trash of the day.
All right. Another Chuck E. Cheese one.
After we talked about adult arcade Chuck E.
Another
Cheese not that
Chuck E.
long
Cheese
ago?
one for you guys.
All right.
This one involves firefighters and a Chuck E. Cheese.
That's never a good start.
So this was in Burbank, California. Firefighters rescued a woman that was trapped inside a Chuck E. Cheese game, like one of those actual games. So they arrived on the scene. There was a woman who had managed to get stuck inside one of the games called Snowy Day or Snow Day. I don't know. It's where a player enters a clear tube and places balls for points and tickets. The woman, though, placed her arm into
Try to cheat?
the hole not intended for body parts of the game.
What now?
Yeah.
Okay, I need to look up this.
So they were stuck?
Her arm got stuck inside like the plastic tubing.
Oh my God, man, that would be
And so they had to call
embarrassing.
firefighters, I'm guessing, to like saw the tubing or whatever.
That would genuinely be one of the most embarrassing things that could happen to you.
You tried to cheat in a Chuck E. Cheese for your kid. Cody, imagine your kid won something in the
I thought my
claw,
kid
the
cheated
claw
in,
machine.
like, a skee ball and
It
a
wasn't
Chuck
the
E.
kid
Cheese.
whose arm got stuck. It was the
adult.
The
Oh,
adult.
well, it said specifically.
Adult
It
woman.
said a woman. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Not
I
a
think that's much
child.
worse.
There's a photo of it because obviously the firefighters weren't going to do it. We're going to just show up. And yeah, you can see her. She's just sitting there. Oh, man.
Were they allowed to continue playing
How
games?
long?
I think there's got to be a
Oh,
follow-up.
rats.
How long do you
Oh,
think
rats,
she
the
had to
headline
sit there?
says.
How long do you think she had to stand there?
The woman had to sit on her knees to even fit inside the capsule, which was designed for young children. The game is only supposed to last a few minutes, but the woman's attempt to cheat the system turned into what was supposed to be just a quick game into a nearly 1 hour incident after her arm became caught in the narrow tunnel not intended for body parts. The game was created for very young children. There's video of this. Firefighters safely freeing the woman from the booth with other customers watching the rescue.
You ever cheated in an arcade game? You
I
ever
don't
like
think
have
so, 'cause I
somebody
don't-
throw
I
a
don't-
skee ball up there?
No, I don't think so, because I don't
Tickets as a
even.
kid?
Most of I don't know. Like if you know, a lot of them were more the like they weren't Pop-A-Shot. It was like the claw machine. I don't know how to cheat on that.
On the claw machine, yeah. I mean, I guess you
There's no
could
way to do
stick
that.
your arm up through the prize thing.
Yeah. The only time I guess I tried, you know, the one where like you put quarters in and eventually you're trying to knock all the coins
Yeah,
down.
try to shake that machine?
Yeah.
Try to get a little wiggle?
Well, you know that. By the way, that was one of my favorite. Like everybody loved that game, right? Because you think you're so close to knocking all the all the tokens or whatever, and you're not. It's obviously rigged. I swear that one's rigged.
I've never seen anybody win it.
Have you ever seen all the coins come flying down?
Nope.
Absolutely not.
Not once.
Nope.
Never seen all those tokens. They've got like essentially that version at like Vegas too. I've seen those like the adult version of that gold where you put in like cash and it like drops a thing and it's
Well, wasn't it Dave and Buster's that wants to do it the actual real money version? I don't
Chuck
know
E.
if they-
Cheese has an adult themed arcade here, but yes,
It's
I
not
think
open yet, though, right?
The Dave and Buster want to do the
aren't
cash
they-
one.
Is it
Buster's
open?
was the betting
they're
one, right?
built. Yeah,
Yeah, they're building
They're
it.
building. I don't think it's open, is it?
I think it's just open. Yeah.
The
Or-
adult,
or just,
the adult Chuck E. Cheese, whatever. What do they say they're going to call it again?
Chuck's Arcade, right?
Chuck's Arcade. That's right. That is right.
Chuck's Arcade.
Drew's going to be speaking French, going up to people and speaking in French at Chuck E. Cheese
that
and
would
Chuck's
be
Arcade.
really weird.
Oh, this has opened its first ever, so maybe it is open.
Oh, wow. Where is it? Like
Chuck's
Chicago
Arcade.
or something? Or
Chuck's
like
No,
LA?
there's one here, man.
Oh.
There's one in Kansas City. We could go to Chuck's
Should we do a
Arcade.
Cody and Gold?
Let's go to Chuck's.
For your 30th birthday?
Drew, there you go. Your 30th at Chuck's.
Chuck's Arcade is open right now. We could go to Chuck's Arcade till 9 p.m. They're not letting us stay really.
Is Pasquale there? You can meet him.
It's by the Ward Parkway Mall. It's in the Ward Parkway Mall.
Hey, that would be hilarious, actually, to do it for my that is my 30th birthday.
Interesting.
It's not going to happen though, but
it's inside the mall.
Well, I don't know. I don't know if it's in that
newer area,
annexed area that's like kind of the side where there were some restaurants and stuff.
Okay.
Chuck's Arcade, man, it exists.
Well, let's go. Let's go.
You guys want to go out for Drew's 30th birthday? This has to be an unsanctioned event. Well, I know we said we do sanctioned event. This would have to just be Chuck's. Like we're casually telling you we're all going to be at Chuck's Arcade for Drew's 30th.
I'm down. Check it out.
What's your exact birthday?
October 21st. It is the start. Hang on. Do they have TVs with games on? Because it's also the start of the NBA season.
You can miss.
I mean, I'm sure they
one
do.
of game 82.
I'm sure they got TVs, man. Can I get like an unlimited
If they
wristband?
were Busters, they would have TVs. But I think we might have to make this happen.
Looks like they got Halo and NFL Blitz. They got some like vintage games.
NFL
too.
Blitz.
NFL Blitz.
And some of the vintage animatronics.
It's the place that used to be Hertz Donuts.
Oh, I know exactly what it is. Yeah.
If they don't have that pirate game,
all right, let's do it.
If they don't have that pirate ship game with the wheel,
what day of the week
I'm
is that?
disappointed.
October 21st. It's like a Tuesday.
I think we go.
We go to Chuck's Arcade?
Why not? That is the trash of
on.
the day. Up next, Chiefs Red Half
we're gonna put it in
Hour.
our calendars now?
Yep,
I
including
keep a detailed calendar,
a
man.
teaser clip from the New Heights episode tonight, and Taylor Swift delivered quite the line. Next.
This is Cody and Gold.
You will not decorate my balls, period. I will decorate my balls.
Brought to you by Heartland Men's Health, the leader in men's sexual health. Thousands of men have been successfully treated for low T, ED, and more, all with discretion and compassion. Make your appointment at heartlandmenshealth.com. 96.5, The Fan.
These sunny days out in Kansas City, I'm sure, make you dream about your outdoor space. That stuff in the fall, you get a little fire pit going. It could be yours over at All Weather Decks. Schedule a free estimate by giving them a call, 913-206-1974, and check out on their website, allweatherdecks.net, some of those dream projects because they want to build the right deck at the right price. They're Kansas City's most respected deck builder and a 24-time winner of Angie's List Super Service Award. Photos of their work are over on their website. Project pictures, right? For those, you're like, I don't know exactly how I want the fire pit to look or here, or the outdoor kitchen. They can make those for you, and they've got a map of all the places in Kansas City they have been doing work. So you can see for yourself the high quality, the high experience, and locally owned and operated, which means easy to get a hold of, easy to plan those projects, and build that dream space. Go to allweatherdecks.net, start looking at that now, or give them a call, 913-206-1974.
Hey, it's Gold, and Circumillions and Circa Survivor are back with a massive $21 million in guaranteed prizes. Circumillion, pick 5 games against the spread each week, 126 ways to win with $6 million guaranteed. Circa Survivor, 1 pick a week, no point spread, lasts the longest to win it all. $15 million guaranteed. Enter in Nevada. Play from anywhere, $21 million guaranteed. Visit circusports.com for details.
GimmeTheVin.com's big cash giveaway. I hate games and scams. So when we had the idea to give away $25,000, I was very careful about the way it was orchestrated. Get the top of the market money and enter to be the lucky person to get $25,000. This is no joke. This is no game. This is very real. Just like GimmeTheVin.com.
No purchase necessary. For official rules, go to GimmeTheVin.com.
Sell us your car. GimmeTheVin.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
Hey, it's Rex here with RexBuysKC.com, your local KC home buyer. If you own a property in the Kansas City or surrounding area and want to sell it fast and at a fair price, write this number down, 816-330-6000. I'm a private real estate investor, not some hedge fund or large national chain. My family and I live right here in KC. I can pay cash and close on your timeline, even in as little as 3 days. Here at RexBuysKC.com, we are improving Kansas City one house at a time. I buy inherited houses, vacant houses, foreclosure houses, behind in payment houses, my tenant won't pay the rent houses, and properties that need complete rehabs. Do you own a house that's trashed and needs thousands of dollars in repairs? Great. If you own a house and want to sell it fast, call me at this number, 816-330-6000. That's 816-330-6000. Or go to RexBuysKC.com. That's rexbuyskc.com, and I look forward to working with you.
Jefferson's has a brand new happy hour designed to save you money. Enjoy half off appetizers and half off your bar tab. 7 days a week at Jefferson's Lenexa and Jefferson's North Kansas City. Yeah, you heard that right. Half off your bar tab during happy hour at both locations. And it gets even better. Mondays are all day happy hour. Plus, they've got reverse happy hour every night. Whether you're catching the game or just kicking back with family and friends, Jefferson's in Lenexa and North Kansas City is the place to be. Proudly local and always delicious. Jefferson's. Wings, burgers, oysters.
Doug. Limu and I always tell you to customize your car insurance and save hundreds with Liberty Mutual. But now, we want you to feel it. Cue the emu music, Limu.
Save yourself money today. Increase your wealth. Customize and save, we say.
That may have been too much feeling.
Only pay for what you need at libertymutual.com.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Savings vary. Underwritten by Liberty Mutual Insurance Company and affiliates. Excludes Massachusetts.
If you have back-to-school shopping to do, then you should make Macy's your first stop, because Macy's has back-to-school styles from brands like Nike and Jordan, must-have denim from Levi's and Good American, and now Macy's has Abercrombie Kids too. It's all in one place, all at great prices. And here's another reason to come in. If you're already at Macy's and you saved so much, you could stop by the fragrance counter and pick up something for yourself too. The best back-to-school styles are here now at Macy's.
This is the story of the one. As a lineman, he does whatever it takes to keep the power on in his community. And he wants a partner like Grainger who does the same. Grainger offers the professional-grade products he needs, from voltage detectors to harnesses to hard hats, plus fast, dependable delivery, so he can rise to every challenge. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Do Crohn's disease or ulcerative colitis symptoms keep coming back? Tremfya, guselkumab, may help, with rapid remission achieved at 12 weeks and lasting clinical remission at 1 year. Some even saw visible improvement of their intestinal lining at 12 weeks and 1 year. Tremfya is a prescription medicine used to treat adults with moderately to severely active Crohn's disease and adults with moderately to severely active ulcerative colitis. Serious allergic reactions and increased risk of infections and liver problems may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check you for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, flu-like symptoms, or if you need a vaccine. Healing is possible with Tremfya. Approximately 3 out of 10 patients were in endoscopic remission at 1 year, based on areas visualized on colonoscopy, which may not represent the deeper bowel layer or entire GI tract. Individual results may vary. Ask your doctor about Tremfya today. Call 1-800-526-7736 to learn more or visit tremfyaradio.com.
Keeping your engines healthy means protecting them in season and out. Experts trust Stable to do that, and third-party testing confirms it. Stable is the industry leader in preventing fuel-related issues, no matter if you use it in your car, boat, or outdoor power equipment. In season or out, at every fill-up or when you store, start with Stable.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
This report is brought to you by Surfside Iced Tea and Vodka and Surfside Lemonade and Vodka. Surfside Iced Tea and Vodka and Surfside Lemonade and Vodka. Proud partner of the Kansas City Royals. Each can of Surfside is only 100 calories, and the best part, 0 bubbles. Grab it at the K or ask for it at your favorite bars and liquor stores.
You're listening to 96.5 The Fan from the Mission Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling Studios. Welcome in to the Chiefs Red Half Hour. Every day at 11:30 with Cody and Gold on your new home for Chiefs football. 96.5 The Fan.
Chiefs Red Half Hour brought to you by All Weather Decks, Kansas City's most respected deck builder. Check them out at allweatherdecks.net.
Get back into some of the quarterbacks in the league. after the top 4. We won't get into a whole
we've decided not to
We said we've done that, or we won't do that until we get into the season and we see how these guys perform.
Despite the fact they had Mahomes and Joe Burrow tied for first.
1A and 1A and basically tied at first makes no sense. There's no 1A, 1B, but whatever. Coming up in 25 minutes, we'll hand things off to Vern. His on-deck show as the Royals send Seth Lugo to the bump, trying to get a sweep. Boy, do they need it, of the Washington Nationals. The Nationals just, it sounds like they announced that Dylan Cruz tomorrow will be called back up. So luckily the Royals avoid Dylan Cruz. He's been on the IL since like May, one of the bright young stars in the league, dealt with an oblique injury. So the Royals do not have to deal with that today. There's no reason they should not win this game and sweep. That bullpen of the Nationals is the worst in all of baseball.
I think Bobby's going to hit a homer. Royals are going to get a win, and we're going to feel good about ourselves.
I'll take it. I'm looking forward to going out there. Nice little day game. Sometimes when we have these shorter shows, we head out to the K. So be out there with a couple of friends. Should be nice just to hang out at Kauffman Stadium. Hopefully see a victory. We know tonight at 6 o'clock, New Heights, brand new episode. Of course, it's the episode that has Taylor Swift on. First time she's done a podcast. This has been something that people have been hoping would happen at some point. The two of the most popular people on planet Earth, Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift, obviously together. Jason Kelce.
Andy Reid said he's not going to watch it. He said he's an old.
Yeah, he said his grandkids will be all about that or whatever. There's a lot of people listening that have daughters. There's a lot of people, because you're a Chiefs fan, that now you're a Taylor Swift fan, right? We've seen how it's grown the sport in the NFL. Mark Donovan has talked very openly about their biggest growth area is among female fans. And it was already trending that way with the sport in general, but obviously Taylor Swift has brought in so many fans. So they did a teaser clip this morning.
The way that Jason Kelce does the big intros for everybody who comes on the show, right? He lists their accomplishments. You might remember the one for Wayne Gretzky because he got a lot of accomplishments.
So here's what it sounded like. And listen to the final line from Taylor Swift, because I know there's somebody out there right now that's fuming and their blood pressure just went up because we mentioned Taylor Swift. This is for you.
Our guest today is a singer, songwriter, and producer and director from Nashville, Tennessee. That's bullshit. She is from Reading, Pennsylvania. She is the most awarded artist in the history of the American Music Awards, Billboard Music Awards, and iHeart Radio Music Awards.
Yeah, damn.
She has 14 Grammy Awards and is the only artist in the history to win Album of the Year 4 times. Last December, she wrapped up the Eras Tour, which spanned 149 shows across 51 cities, 5 continents, and was the most attended tour of all time. I'm still going. Hold on. Her last album, The Torture Poets Department, set a record with 1.76 billion streams globally within the first week alone.
All right.
In the first week? And as a fan of that guy on the Chiefs, she has 19 wins, 2 AFC titles, and a Super Bowl. 92%. Are you ready for it? Making her podcasting debut, the most aggressive guest in the history of shows, Taylor Swift!
That intro, Jason. Oh my God.
I've seen this before.
No,
He's
look,
about to
his
black
soul
out.
has left his body.
I'm cramping. I'm cramping.
No, that was so good. Thank you.
I tried, Tay.
Thank you for screaming for like 47 seconds. That was so nice. That was so sweet.
Tay, welcome to New Heights.
Thank you. Thanks for having me on my favorite podcast. As we all know, you guys have a lot of male sports fans that listen to your podcast.
Yeah.
And I think we all know that if there's one thing that male sports fans want to see in their spaces and on their screens, it's more of me.
Incredible line. That's for the Chads and Brads out there that are fuming and the blood pressure went up.
Flex a little bit with that laundry list of accomplishments.
Well, she's a pretty accomplished musical artist, it turns out.
Just a little bit.
That thing is still going to do absolute
100 million podcast views. Don't you think? YouTube views, I don't know what to expect, but the actual podcast downloads going to be over 100 million. Don't
I
you
really
believe?
only want 2 things out of it. I'd love a little peek inside of like how they've been getting along this entire time, and Jason to kind of poke and prod at the relationship stuff, because that's interesting because they've been together for so long, but are rightfully private because they kind of have to be. And then I'm curious to know I kind of want to know the football knowledge. Is that crazy?
No,
I want him to test Taylor's football knowledge a little bit. We know the album stuff and all that's going to be in there, but those are the 2 things I'm kind of interested in. I wanted to tell an Andy Reid story or something, Give me a little behind the scenes.
Yeah, I mean, the GQ article gave a little bit of that insight with Travis. He's on the cover. I'm sure a lot of you are aware of that. It happened yesterday. and talked about how she's all about like even situational stuff in football. She's well aware of injury reports and everything like that. So yeah, I'm sure they'll talk some football. I don't know. I wonder how long the interview is.
I don't know.
Or essentially interview, because look, nobody in this episode is there to hear Travis Kelce talk. This one is people are there to hear Taylor Swift talk.
I like that in all of the little preview stuff they've done nothing but use like little like, oh, matches our eyes, or he called her Tay-Tay, or he called her, and like, like you can hear that they are people who know each other. Patrick Mahomes at the podium today, he said that Travis and Taylor FaceTimed Brittany right after they recorded the episode.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Like kind of giving them like, hey, look what
it's
we're
happening.
doing.
It's happening. Yeah.
And so like, it's obviously just kind of ingrained itself in the team at this point. It's just like, it's a regular part of
and
what they
she's
do.
going to be at Arrowhead this year. Again, I understand, like, look,
I know
people get upset. I don't know why. It's the same thing. When they show her on TV, it's so silly why people get upset about that. I'll say this if you're in Kansas City, here's what I don't get. Like, I understand, I guess, to a certain small extent, if you're a Bills fan or something and you're just because you hate the Chiefs, okay? Yeah. But if you're in Kansas City, tell me why you don't think, one, it's just kind of fun and cool. Two, this is someone that now is part of Kansas City. Not only is she dating the best tight end in Chiefs history and maybe the best tight end in NFL history, but we all know when we've had some tragedy here in town over the last couple of years, she donated money to help support some of these families that have gone through some terrible things. She's made appearances at Children's Mercy. She's made herself part of this community as well.
They bought a house here?
So, that's what I don't get. Like, if you're in Kansas City, I do not know why you don't think this is not a great thing for the city.
Yeah.
And
it raises the profile of the city, which is good.
100% it does. 100% does. And I'll be curious to watch tonight, too, because that one line she gave, like, we don't hear many interviews for her, so her personality, like, we obviously know how talented she is, but personality-wise, I don't think we know a ton. Like, from
in her adult life,
I mean?
she's done way less. Like, when she was younger, she used to do the regular interview circuit in the TV market and the other stuff. Hell, I think she's been in this building doing, like, FM stuff when she was, like, in the early part of her career. But since she has got this level of popular, she's not an easy person to put on a show. She's not an easy person to get in an interview.
Did you see the funny tweet yesterday? So multiple social media departments are trying to take advantage of the fact that, there was Taylor Swift news with the new album yesterday. And so I think it was the Carolina Hurricanes hockey team. They put out a tweet, and it was a screenshot of an email from a vice president within the Carolina Hurricanes organization. And it was like to their social media director. And it said, hey, have we ever tried to collaborate with Taylor Swift? It seems like that'd be a great idea. And it's a hilarious tweet.
Oh, no.
No, nobody's ever thought of that before. Thank you.
Seems like it'd be a good fit. Yeah, probably.
And her billions of fans. Yeah.
That'd be like you and I. That's almost as bad as you and I saying like, hey, have we considered trying to get Taylor Swift on our show? I think that'd be good for ratings. You're like, well, I mean, yeah. It would be good for ratings if you and I could get Taylor Swift on the show.
Yeah, hey, Dusty and Bob, you guys did Kelsey Day last week. Did you guys ever think of trying to get Taylor on your show that day?
I've genuinely considered if I could just get someone in a slip of language in the sense that they're confused and they respond is, what we should do is send Drew to the tunnel for every game she goes to for the Chiefs game this year. And he stands in the tunnel, and then he just yells the same question until we get it. Be like, hey, what do you think about Cody and Gold? And then I just need her to say, who's Cody and Gold? Perfect. Done. That's all I need, Drew. I don't need her to know. I don't need her to say anything other than, who is Cody and Gold? Perfect. Nailed it. Solved.
Oh, man.
What? Cody and Gold?
My goodness.
Done. Perfect.
Can you imagine if she's like,
I'm not sure
who
Cody and Gold
every day, like, mind blown.
Also fine. You yelling that, and then her being confused about you asking about it is enough of a drop to live in this show's history forever. You know?
Someone said, you guys ever think about getting the Pope on the air? Yeah, you just never tried. Never tried.
He's also a Sox fan, right?
He's a Chicago sports fan.
Out in Chicago to see
White Sox fan.
He
That's
is a
crazy.
Big White Sox fan.
Somebody said that she's a big reason why people hate Kansas City, but we've said this before. Being a villain in the NFL is, as someone who is, for the first time ever in the Mahomes era, on that side, being the villain's fine.
No, you have to embrace it.
Being a villain,
you have to embrace
cares?
it. I was watching, so there's a lot of things happening this week for the Chiefs. You had Travis Kelce, GQ cover. Tonight, we've got the New Heights episode with Taylor Swift coming out. Tomorrow, Kingdom, the Chiefs documentary. The first 2 episodes are out on ESPN. Then it's on Disney+. I sent you guys the link. I've watched 2 of the episodes already of Kingdom, and one of the things in one of the episodes that's mentioned is like, when people start hating you, that's when you've really arrived. And so the Chiefs organization has arrived over the last couple of years because people hate them. And yes, there are people out there that can't stand that the most popular woman on the planet is a Chiefs fan now. That has caused people to hate. I'm just saying, in Kansas City, I don't know why you wouldn't think this is a great thing for the city. It's cool, honestly. It's pretty damn cool.
Yeah.
It's fun. It's fun just to talk about. And yes, it to me, when she's in a suite at Arrowhead,
Travis click his heels in the middle of a stage performance.
when she's in a suite at Arrowhead, that's pretty freaking awesome. That she's in Kansas City. There's we all know, like, in terms of markets, it's not the biggest NFL market. And because her boyfriend is on the Chiefs, she's now a massive Chiefs fan. It's not phony or anything like that.
It's very cool. It really is. I'll watch it tonight.
Yeah,
we'll give you a little
sure.
quick review tomorrow.
Yep.
To go with it. We were talking earlier in the show about Mike Sando. He put out his quarterback tiers list over at The Athletic. And we've agreed not, for any portion of this conversation, to make it about the top 4 guys.
Okay.
I'm not even going to get into the argument about that Burrow and Mahomes are 1A and 1B, and the other 2 guys are in tier 1, but are listed as 3, 4, 5. It's fine. I don't want to get into that part. We kind of got into that yesterday a little bit, so there's no point. What I think my biggest takeaway from this list, because again, he has 50 people, and it's current head coaches, current NFL scouts, current general managers. It is the people who matter in the NFL, the people who make decisions. What ended up becoming so stunning to me is we have what I think is one of the worst imbalances of quarterbacks we've had in a very long time. Because the middle class, while deep, is not, the tier 1 is far too thin. And the tier 2, not an ever-beating tier 2. The NFL feels like it is full of tier 3 quarterbacks right now, is what I feel like. It's just everyone who is the Trevor Lawrences of the world. It's just a makeup of mediocrity to a sense that I haven't seen, I feel like, in a long time in the NFL, where there's a wide gap between the first 5 and everyone else.
There is, but like Mike Sando, when he tiered this out, I think he needs to truncate tier 2 and expand tier 3, and then tier 5 tier 5 should not just be Kenny Pickett. So, like, for example, we all know
put Kirk Cousins in tier 5.
Yeah,
in somehow 4.
Tier 2 should not. I think there's like 11 quarterbacks in tier 2. It should not be that. It should be like Jaden Daniels, Jalen Hurts, Jared Goff. Matthew Stafford, they have in tier 1, but put him in tier 2. Then stop tier 2. Then tier 3 to me is Baker Mayfield, Trevor Lawrence. And now you'll say, well, Baker's better than Trevor. Sure. Just because someone's in the same tier does not mean there's not still gaps within a tier, right?
We're not
going to have 20 tiers. You know what I mean? Like,
otherwise, I should just rank them 1 through 32.
Correct. So I just think in his list, I would have had tier 2 only have like 3 quarterbacks or 4 quarterbacks. And then I would have had a pretty large tier 3. Tier 4 would have been basically Russell Wilson, essentially, and like 1 or 2 other vets. And then tier 5 would be Richardson, Jones, Kenny Pickett, etc.
Yeah, that would be the final list, tier 4 or whatever. That'd just be the guys who, like, you actively do not want to be a starter for your NFL team. And that does include guys like Anthony Richardson. But tier 3 is it is the largest tier 3 in the entire time I've watched the NFL. Everyone feels like they're stuck paying, and everyone's paying their quarterbacks. That's what's crazy. Everyone's stuck paying their Trevor Lawrence quarterback $200 million, paying Brock Purdy $200 million, $300 million, $400 million for incredibly mediocre play, because that's where everyone in the NFL is. That's why I think the consistency at the top guys, the Mahomes, the Jacksons, the Allens, these guys, that's why it's easier than ever for them to perform consistently. And why, I'm only bringing it up for this, why we've been a little more critical of Burrow's inability to stay at that top, because you guys have an advantage. The teams who are paying big-time money to big-time quarterbacks right now should have a massive advantage, because tier 2 is thin and tier 3 is the rest of the NFL, and they keep paying those guys.
Yes, I agree with that.
Like
except
you would say
Purdy,
those guys.
Except right this second when. Yes, except right this second, like if you're Stroud in the Texans or you're Jaden Daniels in the Commanders,
you get the advantage.
You are
of the
still
cheap,
on the rookie deal. I think Stroud's, this is probably the last year. He'll be due for a big payday, especially if he has a nice year.
And if he just has a regular year like he did last year, he'll be a tier 3 guy. He'll get $200, $300 million, the same as these other guys.
Yeah, and I know it's 1 year for Jaden Daniels, and so he could have a drop-off. We'll all find out this year. But if you're the Commanders, you got to take advantage of the fact that he's on a rookie contract. There's some urgency there to do it. And I'm sure the Texans feel that way with Stroud, although they've just dealt with some really pitiful offensive line play. And then the Tank Dell injury is just extremely unfortunate. That was brutal.
I think the whole quarterback situation, too, is interesting. Like Cody, you brought up there, it's just the way that it is. But there haven't been, like this upcoming quarterback class, we say this every year, it feels like, but this year in particular, it feels like there's 4 or 5, 6 guys, maybe even, who have first-round caliber talent that could get drafted. Where if you look even in years, like in the year that Burrow, Tua, and Herbert were picked, like Herbert's fine, but he's been paid. Tua's been paid, but they have Tua where at 18 or 19 on this list. Like even though guys are considered top tier guys coming out of the draft, they're not hitting at the rate where
it's just a bunch of Derek Carrs.
There's not more top heavy guys. There's nobody that's really jumping into that top tier. Maybe Jaden Daniels we'll have to see, or Caleb Williams we'll have to see, but it feels like they're just by default of the amount of quarterbacks coming out into the draft, you're going to have more tier 3 and tier 4 quarterbacks than you will tier 2 or tier 1.
Let me get your answer again. Who's the name of the 5 or 7 quarterbacks? Caleb Williams, Michael Penix, J.J. McCarthy. I'll put Trevor Lawrence in this group as well. Those 4 or 5 guys that has the biggest chance this time next year for us to be saying, wow, they might be tier 2. They might be one of those really special guys. It's tough because based off of last year, people think you're crazy to say Caleb Williams, but based on the situation with an offensive mind,
this year,
I think Caleb Williams has a chance to elevate how most people view him drastically. McCarthy, we know they elevated Sam Darnold, so you're like, hey, if Kevin O'Connell can elevate Sam Darnold, why can't J.J. McCarthy